Hello everyone, I'm Rose and I'm still dying. Welcome back to this episode of Myths Guided, show where me and my fraternity brothers explore the world of Bar Save. So please join us on some Myths Guided adventures. Yay!
Yay.
Sound terrible. It almost sound worse than Rose does.
So I guess, would someone like to give a recap of what happened in the last episode?
Sure.
Introduce ourselves first.
Yeah, you can. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I'm Corey, and I play Taman, the Dwarven Beastmaster.
I'm Julia, and I play Jackanal, the Scrang Nethermancer.
I'm Bane. I play Triskin, the Elven Warrior.
I'm Forrest. I play Frill, the Human Troubadour.
And I'm Scott. I play Missif, the Male Windling Elementalist. Alright, so what did we do last time?
Last time we were running from the guards, and Rock told us to meet by the inn down the road, and we managed to escape the guards by hiding in a warehouse. While in said warehouse, we found a portal to like a pocket dimension thing that some
What did the portal look like?
it was a painting.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a painting of like
Oh boy.
so and there was a like a dude inside who was stuck there and he wanted us to free him by destroying the pocket dimension, and so we did. We found the magic paintbrush, and we broke it,
And Forrest had to make a willpower save when he picked it up.
I did. I failed it. No idea what
You don't know that.
Well, he said I failed it. I rolled like a 2.
Yeah. Well, Rose needs to know that.
Wait, this was the paintbrush?
Yeah.
That was used
to
to
create the painting
Yeah.
that created the magical realm that we were transported to.
that fed off of human sacrifices.
Hmm.
Look, it was a magical place.
Yeah.
Name giver sacrifices. We don't know they were all humans.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that's true.
Let's not be exclusionary about the sacrifices.
And then we escaped and we popped back out painting, and then the session ended.
Yeet. Alright.
Yeah.
Where
I took a wound and I'm at lowered health.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
How is
fought
everyone's
things.
health looking?
I'm at 7 damage out of 26 unconscious.
Yeah, I'm at about 5 out of 26.
I'm at, wait, what? 5 out of 26?
Sorry, 5 damage / strain
Okay.
with my unconsciousness
I was
level
gonna say, you
at,
doing okay?
at 26.
Yeah, I'm 7
Okay,
out of
okay.
26, same way.
I'm at 26 out of 37.
All self-inflicted.
I'm at 11 out of 44.
Okay. What was yours again?
Sorry, my health was damage I took was 11, I
Okay.
believe, and I have 1 wound.
I took 4 damage.
Well, that's no good. Before I have something to say, I have this minifigure that I made for a future character, and the like base of it was like stuck under my like GM screen.
Did it break?
I picked her up. Goodbye.
Oh, you broke
Rest
it.
in peace.
Oh my god.
There, just her feet right there.
I'm so
Rip.
sorry.
No.
Wait,
Well-
you can glue her back. She'll
Yeah,
be
no,
okay.
it's
yeah.
I just like, if anyone was wondering, I don't know if you could see my face at the beginning of the session, I just went, that's what happened.
I didn't notice. I'll have to go back and
Buried.
look at
Yeah.
that.
I don't know if you like flipped the camera off of me, but yeah, if you didn't, I was just sitting here like, oh damn.
You got them from a nice little place that does these?
Yeah,
Oh.
but it'll be okay. Basically, so in the last episode, you all made awareness checks / perception / whatever when you were like exploring these ruins, right?
Yeah.
Before you found the paintbrush, and then John said that you all found like random trinkets and whatnot and items around. So I wanted to tell you all what you found. So everyone said their number except for Triscan on stream, so I didn't. You must have rolled poorly. If you
I think I got like a 5.
Okay, I put you at the bottom because I figured.
Yeah, I got a 5 out of 3 actually.
So that's like a 25 or something,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
It's at least a 15.
Yeah. 5 divided by 0.3? Yeah. There you go.
So basically, the rolls go Triscan with the lowest. Throal rolled a 9, Jack and all rolled an 11, Missive rolled a 15, and Taman rolled a 16. So, we'll start with Triscan. You found 15 silver pieces.
Nice.
Throal with the 9 found 20 silver pieces.
Oh boy.
Jack and all with an 11 found 25 silver pieces and a healing potion.
Ooh.
Missive with a 15 found 30 silver pieces and quiet finger gloves, a magical item, which basically is exactly what it sounds like. It gives you, or it allows you to, I guess you'll find out through the game. I won't explain it too much. It gives you quiet fingers.
Missive is nefarious enough that this will be relevant.
Yeah, that's...
This has notoriously loud fingers.
He just can't stop snapping. Especially when he's trying to, pickpocket people.
And Taman got 30 silver pieces, and he found... One second, let me describe it.
I love a 1 second, let me describe it.
It's so exciting, the suspense. What can it be?
It's killing me.
It takes me too long to find it, then I'm just going to tell you what it is, because this is... I don't remember what page this is on.
Where did we find these things?
In the painting.
Oh, in the painting. Cool.
Yes.
Just checking.
It might have been in the players. Okay, well, if it's, I don't feel like looking for it.
Okay. I don't need to know what it does, just describe, tell me what it looks like.
That's what I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't want to tell you exactly what it was. I wanted to tell you what it looked like, but let me see if I can find it really quickly.
Okay.
I feel like it's more fun to learn along the way, right? Just use it and then see what happens. Who knows?
Magic sword.
I'm excited for that one.
The magic sword.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Right.
Y'all ever seen that SNL sketch with Zac Efron where he's like, I was nervous but excited, so I sang a song called Nervous but Excited. That's me right now.
Look forward to killing my teammates with this possessed sword. Very excited.
Okay, I found it.
I was probably just gonna knock you unconscious.
No, you'd probably murder them. Alright. You found... Oh, well, it doesn't even give a description.
It's completely indescribable, this thing that I hold in my hand.
Who knows? So I'm gonna... You find what looks like a small charm, woven in between wires, and in the middle is a small, or it's silver wire, and in the middle is a small pearl.
Oh, cool. Is it like a bracelet or like a necklace?
It's just a charm, so you can attach it to something if you want.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Silver and pearl charm.
Yeah.
Eat it.
That's what it looks like for now. Alright.
Silver charm.
Who knows what that does? Alright. I do, but you don't. Alright. Let's see. So you all just came out of the painting, correct? And you're in this warehouse. And I think he said that you no longer hear the sounds of guards nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Is now
So
a good time to mention the missive has item history as a talent?
It takes a week.
Takes a week.
It does.
It does. I looked it up.
There's a lot of stuff that takes a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Most of my animal training stuff takes a lot of downtime.
You gotta like visit the library to do research and stuff. You can't just Google it.
Hey, maybe we'll get some time in the Library of Thrall after we're finished in the city.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
There's a possibility.
Kinda.
So, do you know how much time passed while we were in the painting? Or
I think he said it wasn't much
It was
time,
about
right?
1-to-1. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Like I think 2 hours is what he said.
Yeah.
The question is, do we know how much time has passed?
Yeah.
No, you guys asked
Yeah,
Gwyn,
cast.
Well, our
right?
characters.
Yeah.
Your characters asked Gwyn, and he was like, 100 years.
Yeah, at first I was like,
Oh,
wait,
really?
Then he said JK.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he did.
It's like, well, I guess, I mean, on the bright side, our mission is completed. On the
Yeah.
bad side, everyone we know is dead.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Are we still emissaries of Thrall 100 years later?
Yeah.
Thrall has been destroyed. There is no Thrall.
That was a fast destruction.
Alright. Yeah, so I guess, so the warehouse was dark, right? Oh, let me explain how we're working around the sword, because we just ignored it. Basically, going back to when Slow Weapon was cast, and the sword was falling from the statue, or you just grabbed it, right?
Mhm.
Tristan. So as it's falling, it almost appears to like shrink in size, still like very large, but almost like rather than being like statue-esque size, it's still like this large buster sword, but it almost becomes like a wieldable size for an elf, and a sheath like magically appears over the sword as it's falling out of the air, and so we're just gonna say that you picked up, or you managed to like catch the sword, and then because everyone trying to scramble and get away from the guards and running off in different directions, you sling it over your back with the still in the sheath, and you know this whole time you're tempted to take it out, like you kind of feel the weight of it on your back, like in the back of your mind, but I guess you all didn't have the chance to unsheath it and see like what it holds.
Tristan thinks he's gonna wait for a time when they're not in immediate danger to start
Yeah.
training with the sword.
Well, I lost my page. 1 second. So I guess you all come back into this warehouse, and it's been like 2 hours at this point. The lights of this warehouse are now on, and it looks as if the guards have already been through here, and explored the place, and like sheets are like thrown aside and torn off of just these big like holding crates and whatnot, and it's pretty silent. You can't really pick up on any other presence in the room. So
Can I spend a recovery test to recover from my wound, or from my injuries from last game?
same.
I have to wait an hour from combat.
Yeah, you do. I'm gonna assume it hasn't been an hour yet
Alright.
since you fought. Well, because you fought those.
Does running away from
Yeah, and then we
Spearman
ran
count as
all the way
combat?
back.
I don't think, even so, that I wouldn't say that was combat. I would still say, since you were only in the painting for about 2 hours, that fighting the Waxmen was probably like maybe 30 minutes ago.
Okay.
Because after that, it all happened pretty quickly, right?
Yeah.
So, so yeah, I would say you have to wait a little more time.
And I shall.
Unfortunately, up the difficulty level. All right.
Yeah, I imagine mine's kind of like, I forget how it happened. It's like a gash in my arm or something. No, it was a club. Maybe the tooth is going out like a club. Yeah. In which case, it's like mild concussion.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
All I remember is that I have wax all in my hair.
Well, that's the real disaster. That was the wound.
That is the
To
real
your
disaster.
pride.
I didn't take a wound.
Oh, you didn't? I thought
The
you
wound to
you
your
just tried to
pride,
recover.
though.
Yeah, the wound to your pride is immeasurable.
Okay, so you all remember when you parted with Rock saying that she would meet you at an inn down the road or whatever. And it has been like 2 hours now, so it's possible that she's there waiting for you, or it's possible that, you know, she was being chased by guards. Maybe she's still, you know, facing them down, or even something worse has happened to her, but who knows? You all are stuck in this warehouse.
So I'm gonna start rummaging through boxes and be like, guys, let's look for disguises.
Oh my god.
Seriously?
Look, do you have a better idea, Jack and all?
Yes,
Got a
perhaps,
hunt, look at it.
perhaps, we should
Disguise.
perhaps we could just remain unseen. We've lost the guards.
I like that plan.
What time is it? Is it like evening?
I don't hear anything. They've obviously been through here, so it's been some time. Is there
Yeah,
like
are
a
we
window I
seeing-
can peek out
Are
of?
we seeing light outside, anything like that?
You're in a warehouse, so there's not really any windows.
Is there like light coming out under the door from like daytime, nighttime kind of thing? Can I tell that?
So it's light in the warehouse, so you can't really tell what it looks like outside.
I'm gonna go back to the door that we came in and open it up and peek outside.
Okay.
Is it night? Is it?
It's not dusk.
Okay.
It's like getting later.
It looks like the sun is about to set.
I don't know, guys. I'm pretty recognizable with the tattoos and the looking like Mariel to these racist people and all.
You do look like Mary.
Oh. You're really gonna do this every time.
Alright. To
As I
explain,
said.
the reason they thought you looked like Mariel is because no one ever sees Mariel. They only saw the statue of him that was made to look more handsome than he actually is.
That's funny.
That's why they think you look like Mariel.
Triskin still thinks they're racist.
That's fair. Alright. So you're looking for cover? Like for a costume?
Yeah, not a full costume, like some gloves he would be happy with, so he can cover his tattoos and stuff.
Long like opera.
Or like scarf, so he can be Euro trash. I don't know.
Roll an awareness? Or do you have perception?
Yeah, I just got perception.
Alright, do that. You find a feathery hat.
Nice.
It might draw more attention to you.
That is a very discreet hat there, Treskin.
Hey, Fro, you want the hat?
I take the hat. I put it on my head. I am now disguised.
It's like, you know, one of those big, like, floppy hats. There's like multiple feathers coming off the top of it. You know.
I'm very pleased right now.
Oh boy.
You have made a.
Oh wow, this is amazing.
It's like
You
a little,
will-
like, Captain Hook hat. You know?
You will regret this decision, Dre. I will make sure of it. Then I put it away and I start heading for the door. It's dusk.
Yeah.
Should we head out now or should we wait an hour or two?
Yeah, I guess we're not gonna find anything with this old hat in the boxes.
Yeah. Alright. So, you all gonna head out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my hood up and use shadow meld if it's dusk.
Yeah. That's fine. Does that, like, make you invisible?
It's +4 to stealthy stride test,
Okay.
so it allows me to meld with the shadows, basically.
Does anybody have a big old bag
Off.
where
What?
they carry their shit in?
I have a backpack, I think.
Do you not
I have an
a big
adventurer's
old bag?
kit, which I believe contains.
I guess you are a
backpack.
windling. You have
Yeah,
a
you got
small
an
bag.
figure there.
No. I don't need a bag.
He
I
wants
need,
to be in a bag.
I need somebody else with the bag.
Yes.
I've got a painting back in the warehouse that might have about 5 minutes left of stability.
Misif wasn't actually saying anything. He was looking around at you guys to see if you guys have a bag big enough for him to fit in. He didn't say anything.
Okay.
He was just looking.
My bag is big enough to fit in. It just has stuff in it.
How much? Well, Missif is gonna poke around in your bag. There's enough room. Missif is gonna get
Well,
inside.
He's
it
gonna
has-
comically start like throwing stuff out over his shoulder one by
A
one.
mask, some clothes, my loot, a lantern.
Keep your loot in a
Entire
bag?
bag? What?
That sounds
Abstract.
incorrect.
A lamp.
You can't fit in there.
Missif realizes after rummaging momentarily, and then looks for other people with bags.
Mister, what do you? No, you
How
can't fit in my
big are
bag.
you in? Would you fit in like a belt pouch basically?
Oh,
He's like an American Girl doll size.
yeah, I feel like that might be a little small.
Yeah,
Little
no,
snug.
never mind.
Well, that idea didn't work. Let's go.
Let's go.
This poor little figure.
I'm gonna
I
start.
murdered it.
I'm gonna start navigating us around through town to
Okay.
get to the what's it called? The inn.
That's you
We're
directed
supposed
us
to
to.
meet.
It was kind of down the road, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's out of town.
Yeah,
I gotta
it's
sneak
outside
out of town.
Yeah.
It was out of town.
Yeah, it was down the
it when you
road.
said that?
Well,
No,
if
this
you
was-
don't-
It was really. It was very vague, really. Where.
Oh, that's
where
right.
she
It was.
gonna meet us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just imagined it would be like the inn that you all had been staying in.
I mean,
I mean, that's fine.
I don't.
We can keep it simple.
Would Rock
Yeah, let's-
be there though? Would Rock be able to stay there without the guards
Okay,
like
that's a
killing
GM
her?
question.
Yeah. Rose, do we
I
get
guess
there?
You'll see when you get there.
Dun, dun, dun. 4.
To navigate to the inn.
Mhm.
Well, you all have been there before, so I'll say.
So which are we still in town?
Yeah.
Once I realize we're not going for the gate, I'm like, what are we doing? We gotta get out of the city.
We gotta meet Rock, Fro.
We cannot leave Rock behind.
She's nature's rock, Fro.
Well, you can't leave Rock behind. We gotta go.
We totally can.
If Rock ends up getting caught by the city guard here and executed, you will never be able to play that song again.
Sure, I can. It's written down. I can just play the notes.
Also, our mission isn't like finished. This is a shit show. We're leaving the city in worse condition than we got here.
We have to figure out.
True story.
We had some names. We had some names.
Everything's fine. City on fire behind us.
We had the names of some of the city guard who were a part of this. We have to go figure out who they are, find them, and figure out what they stand to gain from this and stop them.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do have the goal of getting banned from every city we go to, but maybe we should fix this up first.
Do you actually have?
No,
a goal
I
of
don't.
getting banned?
No, it's a joke. Would super love to get banned, but no.
Tri's gonna looks at her for a second when she says that. And then...
That would certainly explain
Kinda
why you didn't want to go into Cliff City.
Watch it.
Fine. No, I object to this course of action.
Objection noted and disregarded.
We'll take it under advisement.
So we walk into the inn. I
Yeah.
guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see Rock?
No.
No.
No, fuck.
He's not there.
Who is there?
Who is there?
Is there a sign of a fight? Like, was she once here?
To be honest, the whole town seems like a sign of a fight. I mean, so I guess the general vibe you're getting at this point is, I mean, you see the same like innkeeper who's always there, which is rough because he recognizes you guys. Everyone is still kind of frantic all around the city, almost like paranoid-esque, running around, just kind of, well, you know, some people more than others are mourning because you see, you know, guards like periodically like running past, but most of the ones you see are like carrying dead bodies that have been like mauled by animals. If you remember that happening
Yeah.
2 sessions ago, but
Hashtag that happened.
it did happen. There are quite a few people dead, but you know, and then just general like commotion in the city. I mean, it's still possible that the guards are looking for you all, but it has been 2 hours. So at this point, it just kind of seems like everyone's in like just a state of disarray, and kind of lost.
Does the innkeeper do anything to like alert the guards or whatever?
So how far into the inn are you going?
I am at the back of the group. I'm not even in the
I think
inn.
we're like in the door. I'm like
Okay.
right by the doorway.
Well, I'll say he hasn't noticed you yet. Then.
Is there anybody playing music in the bar yet?
Is there anyone playing music?
Yeah.
No.
Never mind.
Yeah. People are, like I said, kind of frantically about, not really like. doing
Can I
anything
see
particular.
inside the inn at this point and notice that Rock is not there?
Yeah.
I take a look and I'm like, guys, Rock's not here. We gotta go to the other inn.
Darranis.
What other end?
She said she'd meet us at the inn down the road. This is not the inn down the road.
Is it the end down the road?
Perhaps we need to meet her at the place we found her at the docks.
That's not the inn down the road though.
Yeah.
No, but it is where she was staying. Maybe what she considers an inn. She is not as civilized as you and I are.
Okay.
Oof.
Oof.
Oh,
Okay, I guess let's head to the docks.
Guys,
then.
out of character, time out real quick. So, John, I remember John said inn down the road because he just couldn't think of a name.
Yeah.
And that I think he said in character, we all knew what she meant.
I think he did say
And that
Yeah.
Rose would decide later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Do we go?
we would.
You all
have
think he meant
no-
the inn that you had been staying at.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess in character, should we go to the docks? I guess I don't know. Should we go to the docks or should we start investigating this list of names?
She is not here.
List
so...
of names. She rocks a lot of things. Smart is one of them. I don't think she'd be staying in town. Not after she gutted a whole bunch of guards.
Perhaps she was here, but then left because it took us 2 hours to get here.
Maybe. She's not already dead.
That's true. She might have assumed the worst for us. Let's go to the docks and check on her and then start investigating these names. Sound good?
I'm going to, when we leave the inn, I'm going to make a real quick check. I'm going to look around for animal tracks.
Alright.
Oh, the chocolate.
Yeah, to see if her dyer's been through here. I'm going to half magic that. 2d6. That was not great. That was a 3.
There are a lot of animal tracks just because of the commotion that was going on earlier. But yeah, there are a lot of tracks pointing out of the city, so
Okay.
it's possible that there are dire tracks in there as well.
So I guess we head to the docks.
All right.
Um, do we see anything upon getting closer to the area? Or...
So as you're traveling along this road out, and it's starting to get darker outside, you do see like a few search parties around the outside of the city.
Is it clear what they're searching for?
Us.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're searching for some mushrooms. I don't know, fam. No, they're clearly looking for you guys. And
I like to imagine they've got insulting epithets for all of us, like
Oh, that creepy scrang. Or
they probably do. I don't think they know your name. So.
Marry a looking ass.
Oh, God.
I was delinquent because
Handsome.
you got the tattoos, and they were like,
No.
But yeah, so I guess I'll say you all managed to like stay out of the line of sight. They're not directly on the path. They're kind of like off and around. As long as you all are moving quickly, you manage to like clear your way to the docks. And you know, you come up to the docks and it's just the same old familiar sight that you've been to multiple times now. Near the end of the day, so people are starting to like pack up the shipments coming in and head inside. And then I guess off to the right, there's the warehouse that you had originally seen Rock and Doc and the two screen staying in with the other dock hands, I guess. So yeah.
I forget. What happened to that ship that had that evidence of slave trading?
That ship is gone now.
It's gone.
Mm.
Did we light it on fire? I don't remember.
I don't believe you did.
No, Rock just stormed off of it.
Okay.
Because they were like, the dock hands were on the boat with you all, and then like you were explaining like what you had found, and they were all like shocked, and then like Rock rode off.
Mhm.
So, but it is gone now.
Did you say we saw the two Scrying who were with Rock?
Oh no, you just see the warehouse where they had originally been staying.
I'm
Is it
gonna
empty?
start walking towards the warehouse.
Yeah, I mean it's like closed off.
Okay. I'm gonna stealthy stride up to it just to try to remain undetected by anyone inside.
Same.
Is that a talent?
That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a talent and a skill. 3.
Okay, so not super stealthy, but
Stealthier than someone not trying.
yeah.
So I have a spell that gives bonus to stealthy stride, but do I have to have like that skill in the first place?
Not if it gives you a bonus.
Okay, so what?
It's gonna be
That would
based
just
off
be
your
my-
dex, so it'll be your dex plus
Dexterity.
4.
With dex step plus? Yeah, okay, so that'll be ooh. Alright. 9.
Right.
Stealthy stride.
Yeah, so I'll say, I guess Jack and all, you can go in the lead then. And you, yeah, as the party somewhat noisily follows up behind you, you make your way to like the nearest like entrance to this warehouse, and you peek in, and where you had like, you know, everyone had been kind of hanging out and celebrating, enjoying their time together before. It's empty except for the two Scrying that had originally been with Rock and Doc as well. So her
So
dire.
Doc is there. Oh.
Yeah, but not Rock. Doc is at the docks.
I'm gonna go up to them and say, "Hey, what are your names?"
Let me see. The smaller Scrying woman, there's like a smaller Scrying woman, and then kind of a larger, more stout Scrying man that are both sitting there together. The smaller Scrying woman with like the tattered rags, she's very soft-spoken. She just goes, "My name is Dew Riverblood. Have you all seen Rock?"
Are these the two Scrying from way back when that were with Rock?
When they were leaving the city. the
Okay.
first time.
Her name is Dew what?
Riverblood.
Dew Riverblood. I have not seen Rock in a couple of hours. Have you seen her recently?
She came back here to drop off Doc. She wanted to try and get back into the city, but you know she can't have Doc with her to you know sneak around. So she left after that. But I'm getting concerned that you know she might be stirring up too much trouble than it's worth.
She's probably been captured
Yeah,
at this point.
we've kind of been stirring up trouble with her. So
Did she say where she was going to the city? Anything at all? Any hints?
I know she was trying to go back to the inn near the entrance of the city, but she was also just trying to find you guys. I heard she was going around with a party of, you know, 5 mercenaries of Thrall. I imagine that's who you are.
Well, she wasn't at the
that
inn.
would be us.
Guards got her.
Seems plausible.
Or she's better at sneaking than we're assuming.
Yeah, she is quite large though. Do Riverblood, do you know if Rock is good at sneaking around?
Yeah.
Let me see if
How
I
do you
made
guys
her
know
stats.
each other exactly?
Oh, well, you see, I'm a quester of Jaspery as well. We come from the city of Trosk. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, we met each other in the city of Trosk, and you see a lot of questers of Jaspery meet there to try and work together and team up. And I also have connections to House Bisterman. That's where he comes from, and she like gestures to the other scraying man beside her, and was like, and this is where we heard about the troubles in Darranis and why we came here. So yeah, we traveled here together. But you see, I'm not much of a fighter, so I let Rock handle that. And then as for Rock's like sneaking abilities, she responds, well, you know, it's definitely not her strongest suit. I definitely say she's pretty tough and strong, but she did grow up, you know, sneaking around a lot. I don't know if you all heard about her backstory, but she was in a lot of situations where she'd have to kind of sneak around. So she's definitely not the worst at it. She makes she does her best with her size.
Is House Vestriman the one that had the symbol of the dragon in front of the moon?
That's House Sirtis.
That's
How
House
is
Sirtis?
Sherman spelled again? V-I...
Sirtis was the Cliff City. House of Strymon is V''Strimon. And they're the house that's like further south down the like Coil River. Or not the Coil River. Well, yeah, they are down the Coil River. They're like at the intersection of the Serpent River and the Coil River.
Do you
So
know
pretty
what
close to
could be
Rock's.
going on in the city? I know Rock seems to think we know it's a pretty corrupt place, and we found this magic sword, and it seemed to be making the animals go crazy, and there was a gargoyle in the square, and he just kind of like just keeps on rambling on about all of the problems.
And she just kind of nods, and she's like, well, yeah, there's definitely a lot of problems in this city. Many that have been building for what I assume to be a few years now. Well, I'm jealous of Rock because Jaspery has always spoken more directly to her. That's why she has such like endless faith in her passion. But I don't always hear as much from Jaspery, but I definitely like feel a presence there. I'm more of, I guess, the brains. I like investigating. I'm not the fighter here, like I said. Yeah, I think it's really possible that one way or another that with the mass amounts of you know, just things going wrong in the city, that it's possible that it's definitely most likely that it's a mad passion about in the city somehow, some sort of influence, you know, whether it be a specific person in the city or some kind of mark in the city they left on the city, because it seems to be like a widespread just kind of haze over everyone.
From what I can tell, the troubles started about 6 months ago when they had a festival and erected several statues in the middle of the city.
Okay.
I'm not skilled in magics myself, so perhaps maybe that is where your forte lies.
Yeah, just general investigation. I haven't been able to make it into the city though, because they won't let us in. But did you all investigate the statues?
Yeah, we were able to find one that was giving us some kind of elemental magic, I think. And we got a sword from one also.
I'm gonna take the sword sheath off my back and like show it to her and take the blade out of the sheath a little bit.
Okay.
That's what my character would do.
I don't know anything's wrong with it.
Yeah, so as you begin
sorry, I'm saying it was just Mariel's statue. Like there was some kind of magic coming from it.
she's like nodding her head the whole time. And then I guess like as you start to take it off your back, she's gonna ask, was there anything else strange that happened in the city that you all witnessed?
A bunch of animals attacked.
Gargoyle attack?
One of the a gargoyle appeared to be one of the statues previously. We're not sure why it stayed a statue for so long, presumably for months.
Most likely planted to protect something special, I assume to be the sword. And then like, I guess at that point you like present it to her.
Yeah.
She like looks at the sword. Yeah, and as you begin to unsheath it, there's like this white light kind of spews out of the sword that no one except for Triskins can see. And it kind of like blinds you. And then as you like come to, I guess, like looking at the sword, you like see thorns start sprouting out of your arm.
Do we see that as well, or is it just
No.
Okay. Nice.
Only Triskins sees it. You just see him kind of staring blankly at the sword. Yeah, and you see like basically these thorns like piercing through your skin, and it hurts like a lot. And you like kind of like see them like coming out of the ground like around you, and if you like look around at the party, you like they don't look like the party anymore. Everyone looks like, well, this graying woman that you've been talking to in front of you looks like what you, I guess, imagine. I don't think you've ever seen her, but like Queen Alicia to look like. And then the rest of the party seems to be like standing around her like guards. Yeah.
How long? Sorry.
What's up?
How long is he blinked?
Yeah,
For,
so
like, is it like a significant amount of time, like 10, 15 seconds, 30 seconds?
Probably like 15, 20 seconds. Yeah.
and
Just like kind of.
Alright,
so does
after,
it take
like-
15 to 20 seconds to start like the
No,
audition,
I'd say
or-
like you kind of get through, like you're like noticing everyone around you after like 15 seconds.
Okay, so I'm gonna start screaming in pain.
Yeah, that's fair.
I started to move forward to like start waving my hand from me, like, Tristan, are you okay? And then when I see that, I'm like,
Yeah, I'm probably gonna move.
I'm
towards him.
gonna take.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach into my disguise pouch and get my lobster claws and try and grab the sword with the lobster claws. Because I don't have any gloves. So
as
Okay.
he moves towards me, I move back and say, "No, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. This can't be happening."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tristan, are you okay? And that,
Do I hear him?
Yeah, but it's not Taman talking to you.
Is it
am I
his
saying,
voice?
are you okay? Or...
Yeah. No.
How dare you
can't
come
talk-
near the queen?
I guess it like kind of sounds like his voice, but it's like the appearance of a guard.
So I'm gonna say, "What's happening? Why am I here? What's the meaning of this? This can't be happening."
And because you rolled a 2 on your willpower check from before, you're going to feel the sword like pull itself out and try and attack the scraying woman that looks like Queen Alicia in front of you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess
Can I do something? Or are we just rolling?
roll, yeah.
PvP combat
For initiative or for damage? Or whatever?
PvP.
Well, yeah, you're gonna roll.
Roll initiative.
but it's
Okay.
gonna start
Going
with
last. Heck
you
yeah.
attempting to hurt this woman.
4.
Oops, that's definitely cocked die.
What?
So how should I roleplay this? Should I roleplay this like
Like you're trying to kill them.
okay?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, also, since you're using the sword, I should tell you your sword's stats. You are going to get +3 steps to your attack rolls because the sword is dragging you into this, it feels like. Not really you moving. As well as the damage step of your sword is going to be 10.
So 10 plus strength or 10? Sorry, so like long sword, right?
Yeah.
Is a step 5.
Yeah.
So the step of this sword is 10.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my.
Range?
Oh, let me see.
Probably melee. Something.
Yeah, is there a normal range for like melee weapons?
I just have melee as
it's
the
just-
range for my sword, so it's
2 yards.
yeah. Makes sense.
So like a whip has a 4-yard range, I think, because that's like a longer and like most pole arms.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe a 3
this
because it's a
I'm gonna
buster
say
sword.
3 since it's a larger sword
Oh,
and you have to use it two-handed.
deal.
So you notice that I guess because the sword is controlling you more than you're controlling it, it seems to be at its like full power, like full potential.
Interesting. Yeah, so Triskin is gonna get really confused when he like feels controlled by the sword. But yeah, I guess I should roll to hit now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you think that your character, if they had the opportunity, would try and kill Queen Alicia. Yeah, okay. That's what I was betting on.
Okay, yeah.
So you can go ahead and
I don't know, I think I'm stunned right now.
like the status effect.
No, like the like state of mind.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm just oh no.
Oh. 26.
Okay, yeah. That's not a 26.
Yeah,
it's a
it is.
23.
Oh, that's a 6, not a 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
23 to hit.
Jesus.
Alright. Give me 1 second.
And like even though I want to kill Queen Alicia, I feel like the sword is like being pulled out, right? And like I feel
Yeah.
that it's acting against me.
Yeah, you're kind of being dragged with
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
But you also like don't have like the willpower to fight back.
Mhm.
What was that? 23?
23, yeah. Don't make me kill her, I was gonna flirt with her.
Oh my god.
Bane, this character is becoming more and more just like
Look, she sounded cute.
So
a string with the last name also is interesting.
So
Maybe it's a title she won in a combat.
Yeah.
It's possible.
River Blood.
I fuck with anybody named Riverblood. If your name is Riverblood, my number is.
Lay that down on the screen for everybody.
So
For all the Riverbloods out there, Vane is single.
oh my god. So that's gonna hit with 2 extra successes.
Cool.
Yeet.
Do I get to
This is gonna be
dismember
like
her?
Death and super death.
Super death. Did you say do I get to dismember her?
Yeah, do I have any like action options for extra successes like there were with the jobs, like the defanging?
You know, she's just a person. So that's usually with like creatures, I guess.
Yeah.
Or like Yeah, not usually like name givers you can do that with, but I think
You get two extra levels of damage for each extra success, though. So
yeah.
you get 4 extra levels of damage.
Oh god.
Please go
this girl is
easy on
gonna
her.
die. Hey, my first roll of a d20.
There you go.
What step are you rolling?
20.
Lord.
19 plus 2, 11, 28 damage.
Alright.
Hopefully she has an unconsciousness rating that's
Surprisingly, she doesn't take a wound.
so
No, her consciousness rating is slightly higher. But yeah, she's definitely taken a fat wound.
or 3.
Yeah. Wait, what was it again?
27?
27?
19 plus 2 plus 7, 28.
Yeah, so I don't even feel like I need to roll for knockdown at this point. She has 3 wounds now. And she's knocked down. She gotta do a lot real quick, y'all. I did not expect you to open the sword for her. But
sorry.
it's okay. It's part of the job. Being a quester and shit.
So as I'm saying, or as I swing the sword, I'm gonna shout out what is happening.
Yeah, so she's gonna be like, I guess just like slashed across the chest, honestly.
Yeah.
And she's gonna like fall onto her back and you feel almost like life rushing back into you as you do this, as you slash across her chest. And how much HP were you down?
4.
You regain it back fully.
Ooh, vamp.
Sword.
That sounds like blood magic.
Do we see his wounds like visibly close? As
Does he have wounds?
No,
I mean, it's damage,
it's,
so
it's just strain from
Yeah.
like using a void blow. So
yeah. Oh, actually. Yeah, so that was gonna take an extra success. So so she has 2 wounds, but I mean, doesn't matter. And like as this happens, the like scraying man beside her is going to like scream out and like pick her up and then start like attempting to run, but I guess he probably won't get very far since he had to pick her up. So I'll say that's like his action. Yeah. And then, do we put it in orders of the initiative?
Not yet.
I don't think you asked for it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it then. Now that scene is out of the way.
4.
6.
Okay.
What did you roll for initiative?
me,
Yeah.
I didn't. I just go first this round.
So now you can go ahead and roll for initiative.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you two?
1.
2.
Tim is next.
I'm going to say that Triskin is still quite confused, so he's not going to use his skill that makes him go first every time. I got a 3.
So it goes in order around the table.
Amazing.
That's easy. I should go before Frill. I got a 2.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
wrote that wrong.
Yeah, I go
I wrote
last.
it backwards.
I'm
Yeah, so then
not
it's
wide awake.
3.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump forward and I'm gonna grapple Triskin.
Okay.
What's your physical defense?
Damn it, why'd you have to do
My
that?
physical defense is 12.
12? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a karma on this.
You have to get an extra success to grapple successfully, right?
I don't think so.
I was reading about
Grappling. The character can attempt to grapple opponents instead of making a normal arm attack. When attempting a grapple, the character makes an unarmed physical attack. Must score an extra success on the grappling test. Okay,
Yeah.
I do. Alright, so I have to get 5 higher than,
his physical defense.
which you said it's 11?
12.
12. So I have to get 17?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that roll I'm not. That was 2 1s. I got a 6.
So
nothing.
you do not manage to successfully.
Yeah,
grapple.
I'm trying to grab onto you and I fail.
Yeah, I guess I just push you back with the blade, kind of.
And I'll use my simple action to sprout my claws out.
Okay. That means it's Jack and All's turn.
God,
Quick-
I'm imagining to Triskin that looks like you grow like huge thorns
Thorns,
from your
probably.
fingers and.
Okay, please, you don't have to answer this if it's like too metagaming, but could I, instead of a willpower check, could I use my mystic defense against the sword? Like with that, because it seems like it's sort of like attacking his thoughts.
Like if you're
It's-
trying
it's
to
attacking
wield
his
it?
perception. Yeah.
I mean, if you manage to get it out of his hand, I would say it's a willpower check.
Okay. Well, I'll just do what I originally was going to do. I'm going to cast Ethereal Darkness against his Mystic Defense.
Okay.
This is a darkness that only Nethermancers can see at, so his little vision is going to go out if I get this.
Okay.
So that'll be spellcasting versus his Mystic Defense. That's 10.
That passes.
Alright.
I'm like, why are you looking at me? I don't know. It's
So-
mystic defense.
He's blinded now, right?
Okay, yeah.
What does that do to my.
Does it just blind him, or is it the,
I think it's.
the darkness?
I think it is the darkness bubble, so
That's
that
fine.
maybe you also. That's why you, when you grappled him, was like, damn it.
So it's full darkness. I think that's
That's fine.
-4 to your action test modifier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely next to
Yeah.
trying to grapple him.
In character, his obvious freaked outness and the way he's suddenly attacking makes me think he's seeing things. So I want to get rid of his vision through ethereal darkness.
Yeah.
So does the like lack of vision calm me down at all, or does the sword like kind of continue my heightened state?
So you can like you no longer see people, so you no longer like see the guards, but you like continue to like feel pain,
Okay.
I guess. And I guess like you can almost maybe like visualize like terrible like past memories that you've had, as well as you still kind of feel like the tug of the sword. It's not like physically pulling you to people, so it's not like your eyes now, but like you feel like, I guess, it like pulling at you to do something.
As a free action, I yell, Triskin, calm down!
Calm down.
Okay.
Don't tell me to calm down.
I'm gonna do something and tell me if it's a standard or a simple action. I'm just gonna like grab my arm and like see if it like pierces my hand with the thorns.
Okay. I mean, I would say that's probably a simple action.
Okay.
Roll to grab own arm.
It sounds like a grapple check.
Yeah, so like as you do it, you like continue to feel like the same kind of pain that you've been feeling. And like I guess you almost feel it, like you think you feel it in your hand, but when you like look at your hand, there's not like a wound there or anything. Like you're not bleeding from the thorns.
And then I am going to I guess like attack where I think Taman is. or the guard representing Taman,
Okay.
the very thorny, terrifying Thornclaw guard.
Bring it.
So
So is this the setup? Like, I don't know how everyone else.
yeah, so
Basically.
I guess
Yeah. This is.
you're probably all
Yeah, we're
like
probably all like that.
there. I guess I was like talking to her.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to position themselves?
I was kind of talking to her too, so I'll be like over here maybe.
Okay, deal. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna attack Taman.
Alright. I'm gonna. Yeah, I was about to say move them up so the camera can see. Hi. Okay. So like here's the dyer back here. She's a very muscular, straying woman.
Oh my.
Oh my. Oh wait.
With a very bendy spear.
13 to hit.
The one behind.
Is that including your negative force? For not being able to see?
Yeah. -4 to the step. Sorry, the sword gives me
Plus
plus
three.
3, right? Yeah.
Mhm. So technically it was -1. Because you like feel the sword like willing you, I guess, in the direction.
Then yes, that hits.
Yeah.
Ouchie.
I'm going to attempt to avoid blow.
Yeah.
I got a what was your test? What was your
13.
13? I got a 12. Missed it by 1. So I take another strain.
I'm turning on the battle music.
So that'll
thought
do
that was your
-4
reaction
to
to
the
him
damage.
just-
as
I
well.
thought that was like a cat yawning or something.
Does it say -4 to damage as well, Julian?
It should be.
It's to.
No, it's only to the action test mod.
I can check just to be sure. Yeah, it says a full darkness penalty to site-based action. I don't think anything else.
18.
18 damage?
Yep.
Okay, take a wound. I reduce that to 13.
Sorry, y'all.
Whoops, what was that before? 25 damage. I take a wound, and I do not have to make a knockdown test.
So that then makes it Musaf's turn.
Alright. Misaf will cast Slow Weapon
Okay.
on the obvious target.
Okay.
It's against, tries against Mystic Defense. Well, how does 9 do?
Passes.
Oh, sweet. Well, in that case, you're going to swing the weapon slower. You get -4 to your damage step.
That would have been nice. Just a second ago.
Alright, so Phil?
Frill doesn't really know what to do. I guess Frill's gonna try and grapple as well. There's not much else Frill can do. Actually, Frill is gonna try and attack the sword.
Oh,
If that's possible. Because
okay.
I want to try and knock the sword out of his hand. You know?
Disarm.
Yeah.
Is that a mechanic in this game? I don't think I've seen a disarm.
There is a disarm. It's
There
a
is.
talent.
It's a talent.
You
and
can.
it's not a novice talent either.
Yeah.
Sixth circle.
Oh boy.
You can attack to stun or attack to knock down.
Yeah, I guess I attack. I go into the circle and I attack to stun.
So, do you need to know about?
I'm pretty sure I fail automatically because I'm rolling step 3.
You don't fail automatically. You could theoretically just explode 4s.
That is true. I could. Does anyone have a D4? I didn't think I'd be rolling a D4 in this session. Hey, 4. 4. 12.
Oh my god.
Yes.
14 on a step 3.
There you go.
Okay.
Amazing.
So then he takes. This doesn't count as like total damage.
That was to hit.
Oh, to hit? Okay.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can figure out. I like read this earlier, but I forgot how stun works. Okay. The character makes a non-lethal attack against his opponent. Makes a close combat attack test as normal, but any damage inflicted is recorded as stun damage. Cannot kill him. Okay.
So it's just non-lethal damage.
Yeah. So, I guess you roll for damage now?
Lovely. That's not what I wanted to do.
What's your damage step? Are you just punching?
Wait,
him?
did it pass his...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
2d6.
Wait, sorry. What was it again?
14
Okay.
on a step 3.
What are you fighting with?
A short sword.
Oh, okay.
I think this might be the first time I've hit with this short sword. 5 damage.
5 damage.
So it's stun damage. It's different from...
Oh, but you have
No.
armor, so you might just
Oh,
absorb it
yeah.
all.
Yeah,
You probably would.
At all.
I tried.
I'm proud of you. You did well.
Alright,
Okay.
last turn.
So then I guess that makes it the end of the round. I'm gonna say that the spectators get to move now. So I guess you guys are blocking the entrance. He's gonna try and continue to carry her out and around. And then at that same time, Doc is gonna notice what happened. And is also going to attempt to charge. What is this? Did I just leave this there?
Yeah.
I was like, who is this? Dear Lord, this music.
This is apropos.
Let's see.
Magic sword.
Doc is going to attempt to charge you. Let me see how this works with a creature. Creature may move up to twice its movement and make a single attack. It gains a bonus to its attack and damage test equal to the step of this ability. Then he's going to charge at you. For definitely, it gets a bonus if it's more than twice, or if it's more than once, I guess, its movement speed. So it definitely is. And I guess it's blackness surrounding him right now, but he's just gonna charge into the blackness because.
Oh, good.
It's an animal, I don't know, it doesn't know better.
Don't like that big boy.
It can smell fear and swords.
I don't have a single sword on me.
So it is.
And I ain't scared. Sure, he still probably gets -4 for the darkness as well.
No.
The Dire does.
Anyone attacking inside the darkness gets -4.
How big is the circle of darkness?
4 yards?
Yeah, it's 4 yards radius.
Okay,
Pretty sure.
So it's like this.
Yeah, 4 radius.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, Taman's in it. I think everyone else is good.
I'm in it.
Oh, you're in it too?
Yeah, I just swung with a short sword.
Yeah,
Can you
that's
swing
right. So
with
yeah,
me
you
to
need
right
to
next?
move closer.
Yeah.
Although if we get one more person next to him, he'll be harried now. Which gives him a
Oh,
-2
yeah.
on his attacks and his
Mhm.
defense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where am I dying? Does 18 hit?
Against physical defense, it
Yeah.
does.
Alright.
With an extra success.
Okay. He's going to attempt to. Actually, 14 because it was -4, right, for in the darkness. Okay.
Yeah.
Does 14 hit? Not an
yeah.
extra success though.
Yeah, not an extra success.
Okay. So he's going to attempt to trample you as his attack when charging.
Ow.
Step on.
He's not even trying to hold back from hurting you.
I'm like, you're very sweet teammates.
I was trying to hold back.
It's gonna be. Oh, that explodes.
And I got a sword in my gut.
33 damage.
Cool. I'm gonna pull out a calculator.
What's your unconsciousness?
42.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's good.
Yeah.
No wounds.
You're not a
Go
calculator.
ahead and pass this.
Sure, yeah.
So I take 3 wounds.
Ooh.
Actually.
Oh, you take 3 wounds? I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yikes.
I didn't realize you could take more than 1 wound in a strike.
Oh.
Yeah, that's.
I think.
I don't remember.
I think you can.
I didn't think so. But.
So.
I'll look up.
Why do I have a plus 12 next to my unconsciousness rating? Oh, that's from
Probably
something else.
for next level up or something.
No.
Okay.
That's from an old wood skin test. Yeah, so I take 3 wounds and knockdown.
Yeah, so if it's more than 5 of your wound threshold, you have to roll a strength test against. So
Against the excess of the damage between your wound threshold and the damage you took.
So it's 33. How much is your wound threshold?
9, so 24. So
you have to beat
step
20.
6 against 24.
You're
Yes.
definitely knocked down. You don't need.
Or wound balance if you have the talent. Which you
Oh yeah, I do have the wound balance talent. So,
Oh, you do have the wound balance. So you could spend a karma on it if you wanted to then.
Yeah, so I am fully immersed in this battle now, actually. So I was kind of like hesitant and didn't know what was going on, and
And
then
then you got trampled.
I got trampled.
But he's still
And
in the
now
darkness,
I'm-
right?
He is still in the
I'm
So we can't
fully
see anything.
enraged, so I'm gonna
Got it.
spend a karma, and 11 plus 7, 18 plus 5 is a 23, so I am not knocked down somehow.
What?
My what?
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
What did you roll?
I rolled a d8 plus a d6, with
Oh,
an
one of
extra
the-
karma.
Oh, you spent karma, that's why.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Can
that's
you
why.
spend karma on that?
He can, he has a wound balance talent.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Trying to see if you can get multiple wounds in one.
Oh, sorry. One of them also exploded.
Yeah, I figured.
So it doesn't specifically say if you can get more than one, but it says if the
Oh,
damage for a
shit.
single attack.
Okay, actually no, I am knocked down because I didn't negate the wounds. Well, should I negate the
Oh,
wounds?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's -2 per wound.
So I think you're only gonna get one wound. I'm pretty sure you can only get one per attack.
Okay, I think I'm still knocked down.
It doesn't say necessarily, but
Wasn't the number you had to go against, wasn't it 24? Was it the number, your wound thresh, or no?
Yeah.
But the amount of damage you took minus your wound threshold. So 33 minus 9, which is 24, and you only rolled a 23.
Oh, you're right.
Wait, wasn't
Okay,
your
so
wound
I'm
threshold
done.
7?
No, it's 9.
9? Oh, okay. Wait, so then you're not knocked out?
Yeah, I am knocked down.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, that's
Quick
good.
maths.
Is wounds are -2, right?
Wounds are -1.
-1.
Yeah, each wound is a -1
And it's to all things.
to all things.
And knocked down, well, if you try and fight knocked down, it's -3 to action and defense test.
Correct.
But I mean, I assume you're gonna try and get back up.
Yeah.
It is tough getting back up in combat.
You have to spend your whole action getting up, don't you?
Something like that. Unless he wants to take a strain and try to jump up.
Yeah. Okay. So, I guess that means then it begins again with Taman.
Okay. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this chance to now that he's on the ground to aggressive attack him. I'm going to take a +3 to my attack and a -3 penalty to my physical defense.
Okay.
And so that's going to negate my wound penalty and give me a +2 more. Ours is 9, 11, D10 plus D8. I'm going to spend a karma on this one. Let's make sure I hit home. That is a 12 versus your physical defense. And you're down by 3 right now.
Yeah, that passes.
Okay. How many successes?
Just one.
Just one? Okay.
Well, sorry, just the regular
Yeah.
amount.
Alright. So that's claw shape. I'm going to spend another karma on claw shape.
You look entertained.
It's a D12 plus 3.
This is just going very different from how I am.
I feel like this happens every session.
It really does. I don't know why I continue to think things will go how I want it to.
That's 18 damage.
I'm sorry.
The goal was not to pummel Triskin, but I guess that's what's happening now. It's a strategy, I'll say.
13 plus
Listen, you can't just get enchanted, or you can't get magical swords without paying a price.
Is that another wound?
It is another wound, and I am 1 away from being unconscious.
The price is getting pummeled. That's the price.
There you go.
Can you look up tail combat on there real quick for Scrang?
Yeah, it's
It's
right
a-
there.
Oh, excellent.
It allows you an additional unarmed combat attack at -2 to all of your tests.
What does that mean?
Unarmed combat is punching somebody.
No, but -2 to all of my tests.
That means if you want to hit someone with your tail, you take a -2 to that attack. You basically roll what you would have normally, but add -2.
Okay.
So
Basically, Scrang get an extra attack with their tail, so they could stab someone with a sword and then whack them with their tail.
Okay.
But they get a -2 to both those actions.
Okay.
after getting pummeled in such a way, does it do anything to my vision or my
Yeah, what's
state
the
of mind
experience?
or what the sword is up to?
I haven't used it yet, so I'm kind of like.
You're asking, does it do anything to your mental state?
Yeah, exactly. Am I I don't know, less possessed or anything?
Yeah, why don't you roll another willpower check?
Okay, it's
Sorry.
historically gone
I'm also
great.
going to make a maneuver check
Okay.
to raise my physical defense against him as well.
Got another 2.
You're kind of feeling maybe more angry, actually.
Oh.
Okay.
What's your physical defense right now?
Minus
sorry.
3, because he's
A
knocked down.
9.
9.
Okay, cool.
Is that minus 3? Because you're knocked down?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 11 on my maneuver check, so you have a I have a +2 physical defense against you.
Okay, and do I have any penalties?
Nope. No additional penalties for my maneuver check. It's just a boost for myself.
Okay.
I cleave him in twain.
non-lethally.
You said you cleaved him in twain.
Non-lethal.
So
This is a flesh wound, but a scratch.
My giant creature tramples into the ground.
So I'm gonna just throw it out there. His physical defense is -3 because he's knocked down, which means you might be able to grapple him. But or you can also just knock him unconscious. That's also an option. But
Slap.
Unfortunately, I get the -4 to attack because we're in darkness.
That's
So
fair.
that's why I went with the
Yeah.
easier thing, which was
that's fair.
ripping him to shreds.
Yep. Just don't kill him, maybe. Okay. Or you can. I guess that's fine. That means it's Jack and All's turn.
Can I use Spirit Dart and aim for a specific part of him?
Oh, you can see in the darkness. That's.
Yes.
I mean, sure. I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna aim for the hand that is holding the sword. I want to cause him to drop it or knock it out of his hand.
Okay.
So first, that's gonna be my spell casting against, I assume, his Mystic Defense. I'll go for that. 9. Actually, it doesn't.
Probably
hit.
Yep.
Wait, oh, it
Yes.
hits. That's right. It's decreased. Yeah.
Don't kill me, 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 don't kill me. I'm dead.
No,
Wait.
she can shoot for stun damage.
Yeah, and I'm also aiming for your hand.
I mean,
Uh,
if you're just aiming for his hand, I wouldn't necessarily say that's different from.
yeah, my goal
Normal
is
damage?
I literally just want to shoot it, like cause him to drop it or knock it out of his hand.
Can you?
That's why I thought, like, instead of rolling for damage, can I roll for like dexterity or something, like aim?
There is a
specifically?
called shot. You take a strain and you take a -3 to your attack test to make a called shot.
Okay, it's a -3 to my what?
Attack test.
So she wouldn't have passed.
She
Well,
might still have.
what I just rolled
Wait.
is an 11 for effect.
No, but I thought to attack you rolled a 9, so -3
Yeah.
would be a 6, which
Okay.
doesn't pass. Does it?
What's
What's your mystic defense?
Sorry, what?
Your mystic defense.
My mystic defense is 8.
Okay.
Isn't it lowered by? Is it lowered by 3 because you're prone?
I don't think so. That doesn't make flavor sense, does it?
Flavors.
We're in Flavor Town now.
Yeah.
Wait, does what do?
What?
Well,
That's
so
So
can
being
be-
knocked down shouldn't lower your mystic defense.
A lot of things that lower
No, it does.
defense
I think.
modifier. Also, yeah, it's
your-
mystic and physical defense.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So
So
my
then it's
mystic
5.
defense is a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it was 9 or 8.
So it
would
would
still
have hit.
pass. Yeah, it would still
Yeah.
hit.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Wait.
now,
So what was the ability?
yeah.
Called shot. You take a strain and you make a -3, and then it's a kind of up to SD discretion as to what the called shot really does.
So
Okay.
It says
yeah.
if successful attack hits the designated area.
Okay. So you want.
Designated area being like the handle of the sword. I want to like knock it. knock it
Okay,
out
so
of
you
his
don't want to
hand.
specifically hit his hand, but like
Yeah, like
maybe the sword.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
and it's a small dart, so it's not like
Hmm.
a big old thing. It's actually pretty precise.
how much damage did you roll?
11.
How much life do you have left?
I have 9.
Okay.
So I did forget to negate the. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Oh wait, no, that doesn't kill me.
What?
Okay.
What was that?
Why?
Because
You have armor?
yeah, I forgot to take my armor off, but I keep on forgetting to do that.
Yeah.
So-
even if it did hit you, it wouldn't kill you. It would be your mystic. No, this is a physical attack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. yeah, spirit dart.
So I am unconscious. I have 47 damage.
Well, so wait, how much? You did 11 damage.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you take.
But it was targeted towards like the
Yeah.
called shot was
I was
towards
gonna say you
the
take
handle of the
half
sword.
damage
Alright.
Okay.
because it like half hits you and half hits the sword.
Uh-huh.
I guess.
And does it clatter out of his hand?
Yeah, and so like I guess since he had like one consciousness left, as it like kind of your dart hits his hand, he like kind of throws the sword behind him and it like clatters onto the ground as he,
I knock it with my tail
falls
further
down.
away.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess you're now unconscious on the ground.
I also
Yeah.
dispel ethereal darkness,
Okay.
so y'all can see again.
And then I'm gonna say actually he like the dyer's on the other side.
The dyer finishes them off.
Murder.
Gourd.
Yeah. All your attempts at polite pummeling were for nothing.
So, because I haven't looked into this, what do you do when someone's unconscious? Do you have to make checks to
They're
wake up
unconscious until the next day.
till the next day?
Wait,
Yeah.
I've got 2 health potions. Can I
Or that.
Yeah.
use
or you-
those?
Yeah.
I used one on him. I used the one that I found in the painting.
Okay,
on him, however much
Take
you
away a
determine
wound.
that is.
Wait, where did the sword go?
I knocked it into the corner with my tail.
Alright,
Healing
well,
potion.
this is gonna go over to the
Oh
sword.
God.
Listen, do
You
not
better
touch that
not!
sword.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm making sure it doesn't wander off.
Wander
What
off.
the fuck?
I go over to Missive. I'm like,
And I'm tending to him with the health potion, I guess.
Okay.
do you at least have gloves on?
They're fingerless, does that count?
I hand him my lobster claws.
Are they like oven mitts? You're gonna lift it with those?
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Well, Missy
Right.
takes the lobster claws and proceeds to just hold on to them and stare at the sword. He's not picking up the sword right now.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess we should figure out what the. Are you figuring out what the potion does?
Mhm.
Okay.
Alright, is it so did we get a healing potion or a booster potion?
It was a healing potion.
Okay, healing potion.
But TBH, it can be whatever works best. I don't really care.
Healing potion automatically heals 1 wound and grants a +8 to the character's next recovery test within 24 hours.
Okay. So,
So it doesn't-
I'm gonna make a recovery test.
It immediately heals 1 wound. Well, first it
can't
immediately
combat.
heals 1 wound.
Yeah.
Well,
You
we're not
get
in
to choose
combat.
We're out of
anymore.
combat.
So we have to
No?
wait for
You
an hour.
gotta
to
wait an
make-
hour.
Oh.
We have to wait an hour
Yeah.
to make recovery tests.
Okay.
So, am I just unconscious for
So
a
you're
while?
unconscious for an
Yeah.
hour.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Maybe
that's,
this is a good
that's
time
fine.
for a break.
Yeah, this is probably a good time for a break.
Sure.
Oh yeah, it's 9:30.
Oh, okay. I guess we're gonna take a break now. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Slow camera pan away. We'll be right back. Try to
All right. Hello, everyone. We're back from break, ready to mess around some more, and the party's ready to ruin all of my plans once again. So let's do this. So I guess as the darkness fades, the party sees Tristan laying on the ground, unconscious, as the stout scrying man still continues to carry what was her name? Do Riverblood. Frantically out of the warehouse, noticing that you all have stopped the problem. He's still gonna continue to try and bring her outside, as well as Doc, who is still injured from the original being stabbed by one of the guards, somewhat turns and limps and tries to get out of the warehouse as well, as you all are just standing there. So I guess
Can I try to calm Doc?
Doc's not necessarily not calm.
Mm-hmm.
He just seems like he's trying to get somewhere.
So, taking a look at the situation. Did anyone write down exactly the terms of our mission from Throal? The exact wording.
terms and conditions. Definitely did.
I'm pretty sure.
What the general told us to do was pretty vague. He just
Yeah.
wanted us to figure out what was going wrong in the city.
Which we've done. So we can go back.
We don't really
Pretty
know still
big-
what's going wrong.
Sure we do.
Where is the sheath to that sword? We should put it away.
It's on Triscan's back.
I really like this method.
Or actually,
acting
no,
here.
it's probably on the ground because he took it off with the
Oh,
sheet
yeah.
and pulled it.
I'm gonna pick up the sheath and try to slide it around the sword.
Okay.
Without grabbing the sword.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So, we know that 6 months ago, let's review the facts. We know that 6 months ago the city was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Fire Nation attacked now. And then Mariel erected some statues, and then the city started going a little crazy, right?
Mm-hmm. And Mariel said there was a mysterious traveler in
There was a
town.
mysterious traveler. The Mary-Do,
Huh?
the person we just talked to, the Scrang.
Do River Blood.
Do
Mm-hmm.
DW.
yeah. Do mention that it might be the work of a mad passion. And which
Rock had also said.
Rock also
Yeah.
said. So we have indications that there's mad passion. We have the festival. We also have the mysterious figure that Mariel mentioned. So
And we also know that Mariel said that there are several several members of the city guard who seem to be also really in charge of the city.
So we have people who are really in charge of the city. We have a known servant or a suspected mad passion influence through the.
You said there could be any way. Remember, she listed off multiple.
No, through the mysterious figure.
Oh, you're saying the influence was the mysterious figure?
I'm
Can I
suggesting
roll for-
that the
Scourge?
yeah. So
Sorry, do you all have any sort of investigation?
I've got Scourge history.
horror
for this.
lore.
Yeah, and horror lore. I have both.
The best I can do is look for signs and portents in the birds.
Oh my god.
History.
If you go outside, you can observe the nearby birds.
Very well.
See what you find.
Jack and All's out here reading a book, and
So
Taman is outside looking at birds.
Are they
doing augury.
are they
Yeah.
just walking away while I'm talking?
I
No.
guess.
Oh, I was continuing this conversation.
I guess
Yeah.
Taman is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because I'm
also-
continuing the
I
talk.
walk away while you talk.
Okay, I was gonna
I'm
say.
like, what?
Okay, you also forgot to mention there's some crazy
Okay.
possessive sword that was part of Mariel's statue.
Exactly. So that's part of it,
Yes.
right? So that's. I feel like we figured out what's going on with the city. Problem solved. We're beat up. We go back to.
So you notice that the birds are very calm nearby.
We go back to
They don't
Thrall.
seem very bothered by their surroundings.
We go back to Thrall. We report our findings, and they send some people to officially arrest the guards. Problem not solved. Bing bang boom.
Can I roll for horror lore or Scourge history to try and determine what kind of mad passion this might be?
Yeah, I'll say Scourge history, because the mad passions were driven mad during the Scourge. I feel like
Yeah.
that's the most applicable one.
Uh-huh. That's a 3. Not so hot.
You guys roll so poorly when it comes to investigating things.
Okay, I was hard alright on the other
I want to
side.
give you all the info.
We're not good at this.
If I could use a karma and the added, well, I guess it doesn't matter now.
No.
Only wizards can add karma to knowledge rolls.
Oh, okay.
Wizards specifically get the power to do that.
Okay.
You.
I rolled well on my signs and portents, but the birds don't seem to be telling me anything.
Except that they're chill.
They're chill.
I mean, I guess you know that mad passions were driven mad during the Scourge, so they have similar tendencies to horrors where they like to bring about suffering in people. Like, you know how horrors will feed off of suffering. So do, some of the mad passions will bring about bad memories in people like horrors do, and like make them see terrible things and you know, cause pain and trauma typically. So I mean,
That sounds like what happened with Treskin.
So I'm still talking at this point,
okay,
right?
sure.
I don't know how many of the party's actually listening at this point.
I was listening.
Yeah.
I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
You're unconscious. So
He's
Missive, are
super
you
not
listening? Is Missive listening?
Missive is listening.
So in summary, we've completed our mission. I think it would be a good idea at this point. We're beaten up. Poor Triskin's unconscious. We're in the middle of hostile territory with no real way to rest up and recover our wounds. I think it might be best. It's probably best to retreat to Thraul at this point.
What do you guys think? Missive? Taman?
Taman's outside.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Missive.
I'm at a bit of a loss for this one. There doesn't really seem to be much that we can do here.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing I can think of is we try to find the source of the mad passion and exorcise the city.
That's a good idea.
Well-
I'm not sure which direction to head to do that.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think that sword... Triskin acted real weird when he opened the sword, and the sword was in the statue. I'd bet my loot that the sword... It might not be the only source, but I bet it's one of them, if not the only one.
I'll walk in.
It's a something.
I'll walk in at this point. The sword seems to be some sort of harbinger of the will of this mad passion. Perhaps you can look at it on the astral plane and see if it has any sort of corruption. If it does, you might be able to track down the source of it, or perhaps maybe this is the source of the corruption.
I mean, that's about the last thing that I haven't done. I think I've checked it over for a bunch of different things, but hell, I'll give it a shot. Alright, so that'll be, that'll be 2d8. Can I spend karma on this?
Sure.
Okay, sure. And a d6 of that. So I'm gonna try to look over the sword and see if there's like a taint to it, if it has trails that seem to be connected to other things.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, so that's 14. That explodes. 16.
Yeah, the sword seems tainted.
Mm-hmm.
But
more than that?
there's a pretty big trail that leads off of it, that leads to Triskin's hand that's like open on the ground, the like hand that it flew out of that you would hit, and not anywhere else.
Okay. I'm trying to think about. I have Life Circle of 1, which banishes undead, horror constructs, and horrors. I don't know.
Did that work?
Sure.
It's awesome.
So the way I've been like testing things to see are they related to horrors, sometimes I throw up a Life Circle of 1, and if it seems to repel an object or a being, then it's a horror construct. If not, then it's something else.
You said that there was a tendril of an astral signature.
Yeah, I told him that. Yeah.
That went from the sword to Triskin. Perhaps maybe the Life Circle of 1 would cut the astral tether between the two of them.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe it's something that you can attack directly in astral space.
Can I don't.
Spear darts actually specifically let you attack astral things.
Oh, okay.
Good to know that wasn't in the description, I think. Sorry, Rose.
It's hard because, like, it's not really a horror construct.
But it's tainted by something. That we kind of use this word tainting to like be like
it's definitely not really taint is what. So I like don't want to say that you see anything because it's not really tainted. I would say it's like more so enchanted.
Okay.
Like, I guess it's some sort of, well, I guess it is somewhat tainted. Like a mixture of like just kind of astral energy mixed with a little bit of like corruption. I don't know. It seems to be bound to Triskin now, though, from what you can tell.
Oh. I bind Triskin's hands together. With what? With like what?
No, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, okay. I warn them, I'm like, okay. It looks like it's still connected to him somehow via the energy. I can't really place what this thing is, but I don't want to take the risk of him waking up and trying to attack us. So, this is just for safety. Sorry, not really.
Not really.
What did you do?
I just kind of tied his hands together like that,
okay.
so he doesn't wake up and immediately try to, kill us again.
Okay. So are we? So I don't know how much Taman heard of our discussions concerning where we go from here, and I fill in the details.
I heard enough when you said that you thought that we should leave the city before we came what we finished to do. I understand that you are not one for the rigors of combat. However, I myself feel that there's still more we can do in this town. We need to find Rock. We need to go search for her, and we need to at least investigate the city guard.
And how will we do that when we're a team member down and a bunch of us are bruised?
We sit here, we rest, we recuperate, and we go back in the dead of night, and we break into where the city guards are.
Ooh, jailbreak. I'm excited.
That's probably where they're holding Rock anyways. He should be awake in an hour.
Awake, maybe.
And I'll walk up to him and kind of like push him over with my foot and check the knot that Jack and Al tied.
Okay. So, do you all want to wait here?
I'm still arguing.
Sorry, are there other people still here, or did everybody skedaddle? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm still arguing because I think Jack and all from our conversation when Taman wasn't here agreed with me that was Frill's impression from our conversation.
Oh, okay.
That leaving the city was the best idea, and I still haven't been convinced. So I'd like to make I don't know, maybe a diplomacy check or something, because
I
don't think they work on
I just want to remind everyone the mission statement that
Yes.
was given by Thral. I'll say that in this time of maybe 20-30 minutes that you all are kind of sitting here debating things over, you managed to like dig deep. I believe I said these things, but it was probably pretty offhanded. So you remember, oh, I should mention this too. Your heads feel cleared
Oh.
And you sort of, I guess, more clearly remember the mission that you were sent to the city with. You know, the time you'd spent in the city, you like kind of fogged up things, and maybe that's why you all don't remember as well the mission that you were given, because you were, you know, under that influence. So you kind of have this moment to think more clearly now, and you manage to like more clearly remember the mission, and you remember him saying that he wanted you all to find the problem in the city. He said that this was a more diplomatic mission. Whether or not it ended up that way is another question. But he was hoping that you could maybe, you know, work out some sort of diplomacy. He had concerns that there were, you know, opposing sides, or just general that there was, you know, conflict happening within the city.
Okay.
So getting people to listen to you, and not necessarily cleaning up the entire mess that the city is in, but being able to come back and tell him what the problems are specifically. So
sorry. Wait,
no, what's up?
do we realize that there was something influencing us, or now it's not, or are we just kind of like, wow, like, you know, I've really changed my mind about this city now that the influence has been cleared? Do we recognize it's something outside or not?
Yeah, I'll say you do somewhat notice that you're thinking more clearly now. You feel like maybe there was some sort of kind of fogginess in your head that's you know, I guess a little
Because
clearer.
that'll influence Jack Noel's reaction. I think I feel like I'm missing something here. Like I feel like something is incomplete.
I'd say that's the correct feeling you should have. I guess you should feel like, you know, your mission was to come and find out what the problem is. That's going on, and then hopefully resolve it by diplomatic means. You all still don't quite feel like you've pinpointed where the problem is. I guess now you feel like you know that it's a mad passion. I think there's been enough evidence, considering both Rock and Do have told you they believe it's a mad passion. You remember them saying that it can manifest in many ways, being a specific person, being, you know, some kind of mark left on the city, being some sort of object, being, I don't know, maybe a ritual was performed, I don't know. But you have a more clear, I guess, memory of what all has happened while you've been here. So you kind of remember the original weird feeling you got by the homeless scraying that you talked to. That was just like, I'm going to get my way to the top, you know, and just leaving that conversation feeling kind of gross. And Missive kind of remembers being in the play area with all of the nobles and just kind of being like, oh, these people are nasty, like just not liking how they were, you know, being so fake. So you kind of like start to recall things more. You recall the Warana, who was this kind of scary caped man trying to get in and like you know, do whatever he was gonna do with Mariel, and then ending up, you know, being murdered the next day. Like you recall all of these like terrible things that have happened, and like still, you know, there are obviously a lot of problems in the city. You know, the subplot of human trafficking maybe being allowed or like kind of swept under the rug in the city. You know, Thera influence with it, maybe using this place as like a stopping point for, you know, slave trading. And, you know, the guards being maybe among some of the shady business. But, like, overall, you know, the guards aren't, as far as you know, the people who caused such a haze over the entire city.
Well, that was going to be my lead, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, they could, like I said, it could be someone, like some ritual being performed. It could be performed by the guards, but...
So,
I'm just saying, you feel like you still haven't quite...
quick clarification. When you say you feel you haven't solved it, is this a general, like, GM, everyone definitely feels that role play as if you feel that way, or is it you haven't solved it yet, but...
Yeah, I
guess it depends on how dense you think your character is.
Because, like, Frill thinks everything is solved.
Okay.
Like,
so
then that's fine.
Yeah.
Your character can think that.
So I'm gonna respond to now that I have these memories of how I originally thought. I'm like, look,
Something happened to us here. Something really weird happened, and Frill, I want to get out of this shitty fucking city as much as you do. Probably a lot more. But, I mean, we can't leave until we actually figure out what's going on. We've just got a couple of good guesses for right now.
We also cannot leave until we get our horses back, which are still in the Acropolis.
Oh, damn it, you're right.
how far a walk is it to Thrall? Just...
It's like an hour. Or no, to Thrall?
Yeah.
I thought you meant to the city.
No, to Thrall.
the Thrall is gonna be a while.
Ish.
Mounted or not mounted?
Shortest distance, or shortest time. Ish. Guesstimate. Order of magnitude.
So,
Couple weeks, couple days.
You know, if you manage to take a riverboat upstream, somehow, you could probably get there in 2 days.
On foot?
No, not 2 days.
By boat.
Yeah, by boat. Yeah, probably 3 days. You know, taking the river as far upstream you can if you get a riverboat, and then walking the rest of the way.
We could ditch the horses as a lost cause. It's an option.
That doesn't seem very honorable to a noble beast which bore you down to the city.
Honor's all well and good until your head rolls on the floor.
When your head is rolling on the floor, honor is the only thing you'll have left.
Oof.
Okay, aside from the
Disagree.
lofty ideals, we literally just haven't finished our job.
Perhaps we need to go back to the square. That is where we got the sword. I think there's some... We did not... We had a fight and then we ran from the guards. We did not have any time to investigate there.
Yeah, everything was too much of a shit show.
Why don't the two of us, we sneak into the city under the cover of darkness? We can be stealthier than the rest of them. And you can stay here and rest and recuperate.
Miss, you've been awfully quiet.
Sorry. You had me a jailbreak.
How long has it been since combat?
Probably 30 minutes.
30 minutes, alright.
Time to split the party.
I'm at least staying in here until I get the hour to get to have me.
Yeah.
recovery
Yeah,
test.
same. Right.
Alright,
I think we're waiting at least an
Okay.
hour before anyone does anything.
cool. Do you guys want to make some recovery tests then?
I would.
Yeah, let me do fire heal while I'm at it.
2.
Fire
Nice.
Fire heal. It's an elementalist bullshit.
Does that help
And I'm
anyone
out
else?
of
or
recovery
just you?
test for the day.
I'm finding it. There it is.
Never gonna be fully healed.
Half-hour ritual. Gain bonus recovery tests. Wait, does this help anybody else? If it doesn't help anybody else, then I'm probably not gonna do it.
I think Fire Heal just grants you more recovery tests. It doesn't actually improve the ones that you have.
Well, that sucks.
What do you do to recover from wounds again?
You have to recover all of your current damage first.
Okay, that's right.
Then the next morning, you make a recovery test and heal a wound.
So it says my recovery tests are D8, and I have 2 recovery tests per day. That means I can roll 2 D8 per day to regain.
You can correct. However, you do still have the -1.
Yeah, and the -1 wounds. Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
instead of a D8, you have a D6.
Oh. For both?
For all, you're -1 to everything.
What is everything?
Anything you roll, you're at -1 step from your wound penalty.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wait,
Yeah. No.
like literally everything, like my spell casting, all of that's
literally
affected?
everything.
Okay, well, was not aware of that. Okay.
Well, and that, yeah, fire heal is only helpful unless I'm like really hurt.
Roll
but I'm not.
2 ones.
Crit fail.
Nice.
Well, I recover 2 points.
Yeah, that's why.
Alright.
You can.
I recover back up to full.
So I wake up.
Okay.
Yay.
What's up with me? Do I still think that they're...
You're
No.
tied up.
No? I'm
Oh.
tied up. Am I aware
Kinda,
of what
I guess-
happened? Do I, remember having the visions and,
Yeah. You remember actually, and yeah, you remember for the most part. There's a slight haziness over all everything, but
Perform my karma ritual.
In your unconsciousness, you feel like you've learned more about the sword. That, you have more knowledge on it. Like, someone was speaking to you while you were unconscious.
Oh, good.
And, explaining maybe some pact between you and the sword.
Interesting. So I'm gonna wake up and gonna be like, oh god. Oh god.
Why did you roll a 2?
And I'm going to, kind of, move my hands a little bit and be like, oh, that's fair. And then clear my throat and get them all to look at me.
Look who's up.
You doing okay there? You
Guys,
yourself?
I'm so sorry. When I unsheathed the sword, you all transformed into a vision of my worst nightmare. My entire body was writhing in agony, and I think I might have accidentally performed some blood magic because I think I drained the life force out of that woman.
Yeah, she gone now.
Did you guys check on her? Is she
No,
okay?
she's
Is she
unconscious.
okay?
Well, she's probably not
There's
unconscious.
probably a big spot of blood on the ground where you slashed at her.
Yeah, she's fine. So moral of the story: don't unsheath magic swords that you don't know what they do.
Well, okay, there was no reason to think it was magic for a while.
I did literally tell you it was magic.
If there was no reason to think it was magic, why did you spend so much time trying to climb that statue?
There was no reason to think that the magic would affect me any differently after I carried around for 6 hours, sheathed on my back.
And now?
But now I know better. But I think I understand the sword better, so I'd like it back if I can promise to not unsheath it again.
That's a no from me, dog.
Yeah.
Listen, how do we know you're not actually still being possessed by it? Look, I looked into the astral plane. I saw some kind of trail from that thing to your hands. For all we know, you might still be under its influence.
Oh gosh, how can I prove this?
Can you explain your connection to it now?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write this out to you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm just suspicious because I saw that bond in the astral plane. And I was like,
Tryskin, perhaps when we are finished with our mission here in the city, I will return the sword to you.
Look, guys, just let me think for a second. Let me think. Let me try to understand how to explain this to you. deep magic. I
Consult
feel.
GM.
Do not recite to be witch.
Sorry, this might take a second to write out. Anyone got a funny story?
At band camp.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So I did hear one about what was it? It was a dwarf, an elf, a scrang, and a human walked into a bar one
Hey.
time.
That's what Missive says.
Hey.
The windling flew into the bar.
No, that makes sense.
Don't spoil the punchline.
Oh my gosh.
We just sit there in like awkward tension while you think.
He's like deep recalling thoughts right now.
Are you singing the Me Channel theme music?
Did I just spell that wrong? How do you even spell
There's a
this
guy.
word?
So there's a YouTuber that I know who just did an acapella cover of the Me Channel.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's actually just the constant soundtrack in the back of my mind. Like,
Was it Me Channel or We Channel?
it was Me
It's the
Channel.
Me Channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was the cover?
It's probably the Me Channel music because that's the meme.
He did. Okay, sorted by freaking.
Almost got it.
Yeah, Me Channel 5 days ago and We Shop a week ago. I guess we know what we're listening to in the car.
Oh my god.
What are we listening to in the car?
Smooth McGroove's rendition of the Me Channel.
Oh, why did I make this so complicated?
Sounds like a person.
DM life.
DM.
You only have yourself to blame.
That's correct.
Yourself and
Also, Triskin for unsheathing the sword.
it would happen eventually.
So,
Someone would have done it.
well, I think we're making pretty good progress on getting kicked out of every city we visit, y'all. So,
You know,
Merrick
well
likes
done.
us.
Missive takes his gloves off and he puts them on his feet. He starts trying to walk around making a lot of noise.
When you do that, I'm like, wait a moment. You have my claws. Give me my claws back.
remember,
Damn
like,
it. You remembered.
I was only hoping he was gonna forget that.
Missive hands the claws back.
Shove in my pocket. My claws.
Anyway, Missive is going to wait a moment to see if his footsteps can be heard wearing his quiet finger gloves.
that's literally what
Nice.
they
It
call
might
them.
only apply to your fingers.
Missive starts walking on his hands.
This is the part in Adventure Zone Part 1 where Taco's just like, how does everybody think the adventure is going? That's what I imagine we're standing around right now. How's the quest going? Pretty
Terribly.
good, it doesn't seem.
Right.
Was there a bar in this place last time we were here?
There were
There
people
was.
here.
I
Oh
like
my
the-
god.
Oh my goodness.
It's very complicated, magical.
I like the idea that like when people were like carting dead bodies by, we went to that inn. I was about to be like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere and just go for the bar, like in the
Oh
middle
my
of
God.
chaos. Like,
As they're like wheeling dead bodies around.
yeah. Like, hey, what do you drink?
So as for the getting kicked out of every city you've gone to, you, it's great because remember that dude from Throal is like, your goal is to go around every city and to get them to have trust again in Thrall. So I think we're off to a great start.
Yeah. Juggernaut's doing great.
Yeah. You guys are very trustworthy people, obviously.
Okay, so
Also, this is gonna be like joke about that's gonna be way funnier when you hear my backstory. Also.
the sword spoke to me, and it told me that it won't make me attack my friends again, even if its willpower is stronger than mine.
So the sword likes us now.
Yes,
the sword has
likes.
formed a pact with you.
The sword has formed a pact, and it basically just wants to test my will against it. Every time I use it, it's promised not to attack you guys again. And it says if my willpower is strong enough, then I can use the sword powerfully however I want. And yeah, it told me that I can use it to heal sometimes. So
Does the sword have a name?
Yeah, can you roll like a persuade roll or something? Because I'm not buying. I don't think I buy this.
That doesn't really work against player characters because they have personalities.
Yeah.
Oh, you roll against.
As for how you guys can test this, I guess you can just give me back the sword while I'm still tied up, and if I go crazy again, then you know the sword's lying.
Fair enough.
I like to live dangerously. This is a bad idea.
It's an idea.
What can he do while he's tied up? He's not a magic user.
Can you? I want to see how I role play this. Can you roll like a persuade against DC 10? You make it, I believe you. If you don't, I'm not.
You just a
not
straight
gonna believe
charisma.
I'm kind of into the sword with a personality.
I'm gonna roll flirting.
Oh no!
Oh,
No,
yeah.
not actually.
Go for it.
The
Flirt with
sword
the
was your
sword.
true love the whole time.
You know you want to let me out of these bonds.
So, to clarify, basically, what you glean from the knowledge. What'd you roll?
A 2.
Oh. He seems to be saying that, you know, he's made a pact with the sword, or whoever enchanted / owns the sword.
Yes.
And the agreement is that it won't go as far to like fully go against what Triscan wants, therefore like attacking the party or attacking allies and stuff. But he will lose control unless his willpower is strong enough to like fully wield the sword in his own control.
Okay.
Oh, I understood
So
that.
it's like
That
a
doesn't
test.
make me want to give him the sword.
Yeah,
back.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah, that's why I had him roll like some kind of persuade.
Yeah.
It
can I-
did not persuade me.
Triscan, we were talking while you were unconscious that we believe that this sword is perhaps related to one of the mad passions. So, can you ask the sword if it is related to a mad passion?
And if so, which one?
Oh yeah, because all of us failed history class.
Can I ask the
We
sword?
took history.
Maybe if you're holding it.
I mean,
Okay, I know you guys aren't gonna believe me, but it doesn't seem that I can talk to it while I'm conscious and also not holding it.
So
I
can see that. I'm still not gonna give you the sword.
can solve this. I can solve this problem. I'm gonna walk over to you, and I'm gonna put you into a grapple, and then let them get the sword back because hopefully you won't be able to break out of that.
Okay.
All right, I have a
Just
hold of
giving
him.
him a big
Hand him the
bear
sword.
hug.
I
For the record, this is a terrible idea. I
It's
put
better
on.
than
I'm
just
kinda-
giving him the sword.
I'm kind of kicking it across the ground towards him, and as
I
I do so, I say, I mean, guys, we either have an OP weapon on our side or a berserker at any given point. So
I pull out the lobster claws, and I'm like, I use it to pick up the sword.
Okay.
okay. I was just
I don't have any gloves.
Okay.
You have to handle it with openness.
Yeah, I guess I take the sword in my still tied up hand.
Yeah.
And I ask it, what mad passion are you related to creature?
Creature. The
a
sword
little
is still
creature.
sheathed. and
Do
it
you
does
say
not
that out loud or
respond.
like in your mind?
I say it out loud.
Yes.
Oh, so creature's its name.
Oh no.
How do you spell this? Is that with a C or with a K?
Oh my god. So the sword doesn't respond because it's.
Can somebody
Yeah,
unsheath
please.
it a little bit?
I'll do it.
I
Bissell goes over and pulls the sheath
No.
a little bit.
no.
Try and stop me, bitch.
I see Missy trying to do that, and I, with the gloves on, do it first.
It doesn't really
Okay.
matter. It's not gonna affect him.
Okay.
He's not holding the sword. So, Triskin, roll a willpower check.
Maybe this time I'll pass.
I have faith in you.
No, it's a 1. I've never rolled higher than a 3 on a willpower check.
Literally.
Oh, actually, I did once. I think I rolled a 7.
It's still fine.
This is a tragedy. You should not have this weapon.
Look, nobody else uses swords.
It's true.
So you're gonna, as the sword gets unsheathed again, you're gonna have this like blinding white light that like kind of takes over again, and you're gonna feel like a bit of like searing pain, but you don't have any visions like you did before. You're just kind of like, I guess like blinded, like dazzled at the moment. And to only Triskin, I guess you're gonna kind of hear like, why do you ask so many questions?
Look, I just want to know. Any chance you can tell me what your name is?
Are we hearing one side of the conversation?
Yeah, you can hear what Triskin.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Gesundheit.
Sorry about that.
He's gonna go.
Exactly.
So I go,
How does he do that without lips?
With his mind.
some mental sort of exasperated vibe.
Pretty much he's exasperated. I'll say that you hear exasperation in his tone, and he's gonna go. I owe you no answers, Elf, but I suppose since we have made a pact, I can give you more information. And then you get an image in your head, or like in this like blinding white light that you are observing currently.
Yeah, I'm just sneezy.
You see what appears to be like a minotaur man, kind of like stepping out through like this white light in front of you, and he'll just, I guess, flatly say, you're in the presence of the one and only passion, Ragak. And then he's gonna be like, this sword is one of my finest creations, I would say. And as you're staring at him, he just like kind of is grotesquely like, his like skin is like tearing apart and like his like wounds are opening and closing on his body, and like they're kind of like bugs like crawling around in him, like I guess like maggots and stuff like that, and he just looks kind of fucking disgusting, and he's like, this sword, one of my finer creations, having the ability to take over a whole city for so long. Huh. I bet Diz has nothing on me now. And he says, you can call this sword... What's a funny name? Something, for a hero. A sword mixed sword or something.
Swordy McSwords.
Yeah,
Swordy
Swordy
McSwords.
McSwords.
Sword face.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Bodie McSwords.
Sorry, I was drawing that before you said anything about a name.
So it was
Like
just
I
the sword that took over the
You
city?
got a little face.
The sword was an item enchanted by Ragak.
So, no, this is Triskin
Yeah.
asking Ragged.
You're asking him,
Mhm.
oh, he said, didn't you listen to anything that I said? Dear Lord. No, this sword is my creation that I used to take over the city. Didn't I do a wonderful job? Did you see how brainwashed these people are? Do you see the power that you have wielding the sword? You can't turn this power away now, can you? Now, please go on and use this sword. Use it to bring devastation to those who come against you. Bring pain and suffering so that I can feed from, the pleasures that you're giving me with this.
As a reminder, none of your characters are hearing
No,
this.
You can call the sword
What does it represent?
a name for a hero. What?
What does the sword represent? That's how you should. Well, that's how I would pick a name as far as like.
Oh, I already have a
Oh,
name.
you already have a name?
Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
I'm just role playing
She's
it
being
up.
dramatic.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to, ravage the landscapes with this sword, tear apart people's sanity, and as their skin, falls to wounds like mine does every day. You can use, well, it must be named after me now, shouldn't it? Let's call it Ragak's Ravagement. Take this sword and, lay waste to all those who come against you. I'll be here to help guide you along the way. And then he kind of fades to the white light again.
So I guess I see the party in front of me again, and I say, well, Raggak is the mad passion that is possessing this city.
Okay.
The sword's name is still Creature.
Oh, you did fail the willpower check though, so
Oh.
the sword, after you say creature, is gonna come and hit you across the head with the sword.
Oh my god.
As it kind of controls itself for a second.
So the sword
So it's
comes
gonna
up and whacks
yeah,
him.
you're gonna be creature and it's gonna go kind of, I guess, get stunned for a second.
Yep, still Creature.
How much
And it's
HP
gonna
do you
stop.
have?
It was a love tap. It's okay.
Yeah, I have a significant amount now.
Okay,
actually.
that's good. That's good.
So,
I thought you were at 1 and that would have knocked you out.
no. Yeah, I made a recovery test.
Did you tell us anything
How much
else?
do you
How-
feel
what
in
do you
a
think?
recovery
I'm gonna
test?
try to slide the sheath back over the sword.
How
Yeah.
much do you
Okay.
feel in a recovery
Yeah.
test?
Sorry, is that within my capabilities while the sword is not?
Is what?
Is, while the sword is in control, is that within my capabilities?
Is what within your capabilities?
Sheathing the sword,
Oh.
in general.
You're grappled. You can take no actions up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Not-
have to worry about that.
The sword does what it wants
Okay.
when your willpower is not strong enough.
Interesting.
Do I have any trouble sheathing the sword? Okay. So I'll reach forward, slide
It'll kind of
the sheath back.
try and avoid for a second and then slide it on. And it's fine.
That's very funny.
Bedtime now.
Okay.
Yeah, so Raggak appears to not like this dude named Dis. He bragged about how this sword was so impressive because it was able to take over an entire city.
So the sword is what took over the city.
I guess that's I asked him that. He said, "No, you dumbass. This is what I used to take over the city." So it's very clear that he is here, or he was here, and he might still be here. I think it's worth investigating further.
So this was the thing that brainwashed all of us? That made us think this shitty piece of garbage city was so great?
Yeah, but it can't do that anymore. You know, it's just a creature now.
Well, I'm...
What's up?
So, never mind.
No.
Okay. At about this time, it's been maybe an hour and a half, 2 hour. I'll say an hour and a half.
Mhm.
You all have been sitting here.
Actually, I remembered. Sorry.
Yeah. What's up?
This is the name of? Is it a mad passion or a regular passion? Would I know that?
Or to you as a player want to know that?
Yeah, you wouldn't know. Your character
Right.
wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any form?
If it's not in the book of tomorrow, I don't know.
It wouldn't be.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be.
The book of
Okay.
tomorrow was written before they were corrupted.
Say,
Right.
You know that Diz is a passion.
Diz is a
Actually, you
passion.
think Diz is a good passion.
This is
Yeah.
a passion.
Yeah,
They had
as far
different-
as
they
you
had
know.
different names.
Oh, that's true.
Let me look up Dis's name before she was corrupted.
Oh, yeah.
Giving it away. Yeah, well, I guess then you haven't heard of this passion named Diz,
Okay.
as far as you know.
Interesting.
From the passions that you can recall.
Don't think there was a passion named this, or for that. Is this not a passion? Then? I'm very Frill saying this. I'm very confused because I thought I remembered all the passions. I don't remember the one named. I don't think any of them started with an H.
Can
honestly.
I roll for Scourge history again?
Or
Me.
So will you guys untie me now? I
Sorry.
really don't want to unsheath the
Sorry.
sword again.
I rolled
and
a
I'm fully in
7.
control now.
Do I know who this is?
Fine. And I start cutting.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, haven't you heard?
What?
Yeah?
He was talking about this not being a passion. I'm about to smugly drop this knowledge on
Yeah,
him.
okay, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Why not? Diz is another mad passion. Basically, Ragged wants to
We
flex,
can fast forward past this conversation.
flex on Diz. Yeah.
So I'm like, what?
wait, no! You all...
Wait, don't fast forward. This is
No.
a great one.
You all remember Rock saying that Diz was the mad passion that took over her hometown.
Oh,
her
right,
house.
right. Yeah, okay. Then you know.
Yeah, then I
this.
know this.
Unless we've all got amnesia.
Okay,
Which I
so
do in real life.
this is
Every
a.
session.
So is this? Okay.
They're trying to flex, see who can do more damage in the world.
So I guess at this point, Frill speaks up. So this sword represents a squabble between two corrupted passions.
Why would you say it represents a squabble?
That's what Triskin just said, or a one-upsmanship. Because that's literally what you just said, right, Triskin?
No. I said that Ragik is in conflict with it. Not that the sword is related at all. But I really don't think that's the point here, guys. We need to see if Ragik is still in the city. We need to find Rock as soon as possible. Where did those two scrange?
So as you say Rock, she's gonna ride in on her tire.
Oh
She
my
rescued
god.
herself.
That's trying to go.
Jailbreak necessary.
Name drop. Well, like I was saying earlier, it has been like an hour and a half. Her, when you guys first ended conflict, Doc ran off out of the warehouse promptly.
Oh yeah.
Found Rock, who had at that time been running out of the city and then they met up and head back. So I'd say about an hour and a half now. She would be showing back up.
It
riding
appears
around.
you have not captured.
Ha! It's funny that you people would think I'd get captured. Think I'm really that silly? Ha! They
I think
want
there are a
me
lot
to-
of guards.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really strong. Okay, I didn't get captured. Well, I kind of didn't get captured. Well, anyways, that's another story.
Captured.
So, Rock, it appears that Raguk, the Mad Passion, took over the city using the sword as a conduit for its power.
She just nods her head.
Okay.
Sounds
So-
about right.
Anything
What
else?
do we do?
Well, you all, I don't know if there is anything else to do. You see, well, while I was with the guards, that I had captured the guards. They, maybe like 2 hours ago. It's been a while, but all of a sudden, everyone just kind of stopped for a second. The whole city just stopped and was confused. I don't know. I used a moment when the guards were, stuck in confusion, questioning what had happened, and I managed to get away from them. But yeah, I don't know. Last I saw, the city people seemed to be realizing what had happened to them.
Maybe removing the sword from the city broke Ragok's control over it.
Perhaps.
Well, you see, there's another problem. Not one that I particularly care about that much, but in everyone's discovery of brainwashing, having some sort of haze on the city, there might have been a slight
Did you set the fire into the city?
did not set a fire onto the city, but the city might set a fire to the city. Last I saw, there was a large horde of people storming the Acropolis. Everyone believes Mariel brainwashed the whole town.
My goat!
Yeah, I guess we have to go back there to get the horses anyway, so let's go, guys.
Oh, and then she's gonna walk up to Triskin and slap him across the face. She's gonna be like, "Don't you ever lay your hands on Dew again, or you won't hear the end of it." And she's gonna storm back out through the door.
Triskin's gonna rub his face and feel
Well,
like
Maybe,
guys are
honestly,
back.
she's pretty
You
strong.
got off way lighter than you deserved.
I was unconscious near death for an hour, but okay.
Yeah.
I think the
She's
point
gonna turn around and
way
be
lighter
like,
than you
yeah, well, so
deserve.
was Dew. She's acting like a 12-year-old girl. You hurt her friend.
Alright.
Perhaps
Perhaps we should try to go quell this mob.
Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, Rock's already walked out the door, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not super enthusiastic, but I just want to see this mission through to the end. I'm kind of in the guillotine
Yeah,
crowd.
I'm right there behind you. I'm like,
Oh, really?
straight it up. Yeah, I don't care. I'm like, let's just take these horses and go. What?
Under normal circumstances, I would agree with you, but I do think that we should probably try to salvage what little diplomatic ability we have left, at least for the sake of Thrall.
So
Right.
I really think that we should probably just take Mariel a prisoner and say that the Justice of Thrall is going to deal with him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that'll appease the mob as well.
It might appease the mob.
maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, I don't know. We
Hopefully-
can just,
hopefully.
execute the Justice of Thrall right here.
And if not, we have horses and can maybe run faster. Yeah.
All right.
You think they'd
So-
believe us if we showed them the sword and told them what was up?
No.
No.
Let's keep that to ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't really want to be the guy carrying around the magic sword that possessed them all.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so what are you doing with the magic sword?
No, he's
Well,
just saying
I'm
he
just-
doesn't want them to
yeah.
know.
I'm
You
just keeping it on my back.
Oh, okay.
An alternative I was suggesting was letting them know it's not Muriel at fault, it's this thing, but then they'll probably want to do something to the sword.
yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys are on your way back to the city.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess you all don't have mounts, so you're just walking. It'll take about an hour. Unless someone wants to ride with Rock, they can probably ride with her Dyer, but there's no point splitting up the party. She'll probably just walk next to you, TBH. Why would she run away? So every now and then she'll like stare back with distaste at Triskin.
Wow.
Like, you know, turn her head back forward and continue going. And you all are closing in on the city. Can everyone roll an awareness check?
Roll. Awareness is perception. Is step 7. There's a city. It kind of exists, maybe.
4.
Did it ever really exist?
I don't know, but I got a 3.
9.
Okay.
12.
12.
15.
Okay.
Perceptive boy.
Gonna say only Missif sees
It always makes sense because he's got the vantage point.
And he doesn't have the wound penalties.
Yeah.
It's true.
a little ways off in the distance a cloaked man kind of walking out of the city and into the woods.
I'm gonna shout
Yep.
at him and be like, "Hey, where are you going?"
You didn't see him.
Only Mrs. Season.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Yeah,
Missive, what do you do?
only the perceptive boys. AKA
Look,
Missif.
4 is a multiple of 16. Or 16 is a multiple of 4.
What was
16
the
is
name of
level
that
3.
dumbass that we
Level
messed
5
around
by
with? The
16
Rorana?
turns?
Rorana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's him.
Ah.
Hey, Rock, do you ever remember somebody named Rorana? Oh, right, that person that you murdered. Are they still alive?
I mean, I have no idea. Listen, I know you guys are gonna get on me again for murdering someone.
No, not at all. Don't worry about that. We murder people all the time.
What?
I just saw somebody that looked like them going off into the forest.
She just kind of like,
Are you and Warana trying to pull a fast one over on us?
Didn't the body
Well,
disappear?
Yeah, it is.
wait, are you saying that to her? Oh, okay.
All we know is
Sorry,
that
is
the
this
body
my-
disappeared after you murdered it.
Yeah.
I think we should go after him instead.
She's gonna like throw her head back inside and be like, "Wow, why would I be aligned with this dude? Listen, I don't even know who he is. I was just following a vision from Jaspery, who told me to kill this guy.
Look,
I don't know.
Did he kill him super dead?
I'm pretty sure I killed him super dead.
Okay, because we think we just saw him walking around, which was not good because his body disappeared after he was super dead.
I mean,
That's
wonder-
probably bad.
Okay,
So-
alright. To be fair, it was just a cloaked figure. I didn't even know if it was Scrang or not. But like, a cloaked figure leaving the city into the forest, that's not normal. Particularly when there's this very fun, angry mob forming.
Especially since wandering into the forest is not necessarily the safest of things.
Give me 1 second.
Wait, so Miss, if you relayed this to all of us, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was saying this to Rock, but
Okay.
Yeah, this is
everyone
worth
would
investigating
agree.
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Can you
Let's
lead him
go.
lead us to him, Missive?
Are we gonna just leave Muriel to the mob?
Yeah,
I
why
mean,
not? I mean, he kind of gets what he deserves.
So Rock was with you guys when you were talking to Mariel, right?
Yeah. She
Okay.
broke down the door.
Yeah.
No, she didn't.
She punched down the door. She tried to. And failed.
She's gonna like sit there for a second as like Doc is still, trotting along. And she manages to put a few things together. Listen, Jasper doesn't just go around telling people to murder people all the time. I've never had him tell me anything like that, but I trust him enough that I followed through. Clearly, there's something off about this guy. You said you saw a cloaked figure? Think back to the last time we heard about a cloaked figure.
Yeah.
What's up?
It's the ritual guy, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This must be the same
The mysterious traveler.
Yeah, mysterious
person Mariel met with. But didn't Mariel say they were human?
Well, it's too far away for us to tell
we
who
can't
this
tell.
is.
No, Mariel, when he met him 6 months ago.
Well, maybe he takes many forms. The point is we should be running after him now.
Yeah, we should get going. This is pretty lucky. I thought we weren't gonna have any leads on this guy.
Alright. And she kind of agrees after hesitation.
Does the cloak figure look like it's noticed us?
We're too far away.
Okay.
Alright. So
We chase him
you
down.
run after.
I thought for a second it might be Mariel trying to make a fast
Here's the cloak
exit
figure.
from the city. Oh my god! It's
Daggus!
Daggus the whole time!
Daggus was the one haunting.
I would have got away with you too if you weren't meddling kids.
Yeah, so I guess
He's a sweetheart.
Rock is gonna take off on her mount,
Oh shit.
and leave you all behind.
Damn.
And I don't know. Well, actually, she didn't even see the direction. She didn't see him. Well, let me roll on this
She's
because
going like,
I didn't actually roll for her to see. Ooh. Ow. She got a 15.
Did you just put your hand on the table?
Yeah, I did.
Yikes.
So I was too excited that my dice exploded. So yeah, I guess she you rolled a 16?
15?
15? Oh, I guess she might have noticed him too, but kind of wrote it off. But when you
I
mentioned
helped
it,
her put two
yeah,
and two together. Yeah.
then she kind of is like, oh, and then she'll kind of kick Doc in the side and head off in the direction that the man was walking, leaving everyone behind.
Well,
You all walk up
Let's
and find
follow
another
her.
dead body. No, I'm joking. She murdered him again. No. Yeah. I guess.
I'll tell Doc, or I'll tell Rock as she's running off. Perhaps you should circle around, cut off his escape route. We'll come up behind him, you come up in front of him.
She'll nod her head and change paths to go dart off into the woods and try and circle around.
And I'll start running off after him.
Okay. Is everyone else?
Yeah, I'm sprinting off after this dude.
All right.
I'm eager to get to a singular fleshy person that is behind all of this that I can beat up. What? It's not the sword.
I mean, kinda.
I'm
Okay.
gonna do it.
So what happens?
So, say after about 10, 15 minutes of running and circling, you all catch back up with Rock again. And none of you have managed to see or find this person.
not even Rock.
He disappeared.
Well, she tells you she didn't see him. Whether or not you believe that is different. But
Can I use astral sight?
sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can find tracks for him.
This is 7. Let's see if this person's leaving like any traces or something.
There's like a haziness in the air here.
Huh. Oh, is it like the haziness that I saw over the whole city? Ah. Okay, yeah. Jack and Bill's putting it together.
Okay. Yeah, you all, you come back together and with no luck, you don't manage to see anything. But I guess as you're standing here in the middle of the woods, kind of at a loss for where this person, what's up?
No, I just said, damn it.
Oh yeah, yeah, at a loss for where this person went. Everyone, roll another awareness check.
Oh boy. Hey, an 8. I might see something. I might see the forest for the trees.
Well, that was a terrible roll.
4.
9.
8.
8, 9.
No. I double exploded.
I'm out of D6s.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks.
Oh, did all 3 of your D6s?
No,
This
two
has got
out of
amazing
them.
eyes. Dear Lord.
Alright. I need some help with some quick math.
Math is hard.
24.
Alright, 24.
This has got an atomic level.
Dang.
15.
I was expecting it to be like a glance. But I was fucking Missiv's got his eyes peeled today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right, 24.
Yeah, it's a 5.
Is if you see
I can see in the dark.
you see everything actually.
I see everything.
You have all-seeing eyes. You see.
Why the heck? I'll even check in astral sight because that's the thing that windlings have.
Really?
It's a raceful ability. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have to roll separately or can I?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just another.
It takes a strain. I mean, it's a different talent, so.
Well, yeah, but it's alright. Do I roll it as?
Yeah,
like
you roll
awareness, or is like?
No, you roll it as it's its own talent that you level up. So you roll it as astral perception.
Okay.
So you see what's in this realm. You are you're facing in just the right direction. That between a few trees off in the distance, you catch what appears to be a centaur of sorts, kind of like leaping through like the underbrush, and then like between 2 trees, and then on the other side of the tree, you see like nothing come out on the other side. So like
You like
goes behind a tree and then it's
leaps
gone.
and then disappears.
Hmm.
Well, I described that, and I guess point in the direction as well.
Rock's gonna like immediately like dart her head to like in the direction that you described.
You look like you just saw Jaspery.
That's what I'd say. And she kind of like smiles for a second. She's like, "Don't worry. I think he'll keep an eye out on this place for a while." So
Wait, were you just saying Jasper doesn't usually tell you to murder people?
people. Jasper doesn't usually tell me to murder people.
Perhaps what she's saying is Rana was not was not a name giver. Perhaps Rana was an avatar of.
Oh, okay, I
Right.
see.
She just kind of nods her head. She'd be like, "That's my best guess."
Okay. I was seeing it as the cloaked figure leaving was also Avatar of Rygog. That's why I'm glad we cleared that up.
What's that?
Okay.
I thought the cloaked figure leaving the city was another Avatar of Rygog.
Yeah,
It was.
that's correct.
Okay.
And then he left.
Okay, and then there was a centaur. There's two different ones.
I
That's
guess-
Jasfrey.
Okay, I thought this is confusing. When they can shapeshift, it's confusing.
No,
Sorry,
no,
thanks for-
no. The centaur is a completely different being from
Okay.
Lorana.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess Rock will explain to you all. That Jasper, her passion, usually manifests as a male or female, half animal, half name giver.
Mhm.
So, yeah, seeing as it was a centaur, she infers that that it was Jasper. And Jasper usually only ever shows himself in a place that may specifically need like nurturing and care. So that's why she has faith that like this place will be looked after now.
Okay.
Should we still?
So, guys,
back?
Mariel.
Yeah, let's.
we need to run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go see if we can save Mario.
Yeah.
Alright.
I walk.
Rock's gonna ride off on her mount.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're,
Are you
we're
all
not
walking?
we're not
I'll
saving
run.
him. We're preserving him for future justice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll run.
He was as much a victim of this as everyone else was.
Disagreed.
Disagree.
Hell yeah, Thrill.
Or disagree.
Wait, what makes you think that he was not a victim?
He could have said no to building a statue.
He didn't know it was a
Yeah.
ritual.
He didn't know the
I
sword.
just think he's a greedy bastard who took advantage of people to build up his little empire.
With the crime, do the time.
It might have been that he was.
Capitalist.
Exactly.
Maybe he was not a greedy bastard beforehand.
Yeah, it's possible.
Maybe.
It's. Oh, I was like, what is that noise? I thought it
That's
was like
Mariel
a wolf.
dying.
No, that's the
Oh.
chop.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to note that everyone in the city was being greedy. And...
Okay, yeah.
So,
Sorry,
you never know.
Jackanoll is just a particularly ungenerous person
I
when
mean,
it comes to assuming things of other people.
To be fair, I really don't give a shit about Mariel, so he could be a terrible person. I was just trying to bring back what he told you in his discussion about, he used to be the person everyone could depend on in the town. So, I mean, whether or not he was being greedy behind that is a different story. But, so I guess you all run off into the town, and eerily, it's kind of like empty at the entrance to the town. And I guess if you guys continue to the Acropolis,
My
line
horse!
there, you begin to catch up with more people kind of like running in that direction. And you come upon like the hill, and like, yeah, at the top of this hill, it's now like nightfall, because it was dusk before. You see like flames, people holding like torches and pitchforks or whatever, good old rioting, standing out in front of Mariel's house.
So I'm gonna shove through the crowd and like gesture to the other people to come with me and be like, "Move aside, agents of Throal. We're going to bring this man to justice."
How tall are you again?
I'm 6'7".
Yeah, you were making a path through that
Yeah.
crowd.
As you kind of like mentioned the agents of Thrall thing, people are gonna kind of like step out of your way and be like, thank God, maybe Thrall can bring sanity back to this place, and kind of like be almost glad to hear that you guys are here, because clearly like their past leaders weren't the best.
When someone says that, I'll look at them as like, that is what we do.
Ha! They're gonna be like, huh? Swoon.
I'm like,
all the ladies are gonna be like,
I'm shocked to be welcomed into a city. This is not the reaction I normally get.
So what do we like
People
when we
want
get to his
stability.
doorway?
Yeah.
What do
What's
we
that?
see when we get to his doorway?
Is
what do we
Rock
see?
still with us? We'll just have her punch it down
Yeah.
again.
So
We never
Implying
fixed the
they
door.
rebuilt it.
That's true. we never
exactly, Rock is with you, but the door is still broken. And people are actually like, no. So where I guess you make it into the house
Yeah.
where there are also people in there like
Mhm.
rioting or whatever, looking for him. You like get to the part where you had tied him up and you see like ropes and that had been like cut off by like a sword or something, laying on the ground, I guess, or whatever.
Mhm.
And you notice everyone kind of like running upstairs and like searching around his house, and banging on doors. So yeah. And I would like to remind you, Missive like looked in the house
For secret passageways
and
and such.
didn't find any. So
Hmm.
But I remember he didn't look very well.
was that the case?
Can I
I
examine?
rolled poorly,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
Can I examine the bonds and see how recently they've been cut?
So the crowd doesn't have Meryl?
No, not yet. But yeah, they're like going around like opening doors and whatnot. How can you? Is it possible to tell how recent bonds were?
Or at least how they were. You said they were cut by a sword.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty obvious. Maybe like a few hours ago. I don't know.
I'm gonna look around for fragments of the pottery that I used to smash his head in with,
Yeah.
to see if it left a trail anywhere.
Ooh.
Sure.
Okay. Do I get any bonus to tracking with that, or
Why would you get a bonus?
just asking?
No. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think so. Sorry, I was like, I don't know if you had a special ability or something. So I guess you had smashed it on his head. So like you're saying, maybe a few pieces were like left in his hair and
That, or maybe like some trickles of blood.
Okay,
Or...
yeah, I'd say there'd probably be blood. It looks like it's going to the stairs that everyone's going up and down,
Okay.
like banging doors open and stuff.
Is there a particular step that the blood disappears on?
It just kind of fades out,
Missive is going to
like before you get to the stairs.
talk to all the bystanders who are
Mm.
the angry mob and tell them that we're agents of Thrall and that we're handling the situation and
yeah.
you get the fuck out.
Oh,
Do you flash your seal at them a few times? It's just a
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Of course. They're gonna
No, get out.
back off some, and you're gonna hear someone like yell from the upstairs and be like, "This door's locked. Let's break it down!" And they're like banging on this door
Okay,
upstairs.
so I'm gonna run up the stairs when they say that and say, "Agents of Thrall, move aside. We can handle this." And I'm gonna say,
Man's in our
"Rock."
It's worth noting not everyone's gonna be happy that you guys are here, but I think a majority of people are gonna be happy about stability and whatnot. So they'll generally move out of your way. They might be a little annoying though, but whatever. Just push through them. So you managed to get to the locked door or whatever upstairs. Do you want?
Missive, pulling out his gloves, wiggles his fingers, and you tries to pick the lock.
Okay.
He has a lock-picking talent now.
Oh,
He
okay.
picked that up recently.
Okay.
For fun.
And for profit.
So, and for profit.
Oh my god.
For
Amazing.
fun. And we'll use a karma on it. Nice. I get a 13 to pick this lock.
Yeah.
Hella.
All right, we're finishing up now. Sorry, we're going a little over. Is there like a certain thing you have to pass, or I'm gonna just say pick it? I don't really know.
Nice. I think above 10's like a pretty safe success. Like
Yeah,
just,
I think so,
difficulty
too.
check.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say it like takes you a minute, and the onlookers are gonna kind of be like, "Do Thrall agents really have to pick locks?" Like,
What are you guys still doing? I told you to leave.
all right.
Get the fuck out!
We're gonna back off. And I guess finally it clicks in the turn the doorknob and push the door open.
Did my gloves do anything?
Do your gloves do anything?
Quiet fingers.
Did I pick the lock quietly or something?
Yeah.
Alright, nice.
You can't hear anything actually.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Wait, am I deaf now?
No.
Some deafness.
Nobody didn't know
deafness.
that. Put the gloves
Oh,
on your ears.
You think you're moving really quietly, but actually you just can't hear.
God, that's such a good magical item.
Yeah.
Is he inside?
Yeah. So you open this door and. It's a very like regal looking bedroom, and it's got one of those nice beds with like the pillars and the curtain hangs over it and whatnot. And laying on the bed, you see Mariel's body. Woo.
Is he dead?
Do you want to go up to it?
Yes.
Yeah. So as you approach his body, you see him kind of like splayed out like this. With his hand like open, and there's like a large slit in his neck with like blood pouring out, and then
Rana
like
got to him.
a dagger on the ground.
Is it the same dagger that I saw Will Rana carrying?
Ooh.
Did you see it?
He
Oh
did.
yeah.
It's fine.
No, it looks different.
Oh.
Can I roll a perception check to see if it's a suicide?
Sure.
1.
It is absolutely.
I want to examine the dagger. Missif will examine the dagger to see if
Okay.
it's obvious that this dagger belongs to, what's his name? Mariel.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for that?
Sure.
Why not?
Why not? I love those statues. They're so pretty.
4.
Oh my god. It looks like a nice dagger. Maybe more decorative.
Decorative.
I'm gonna turn back and say,
Oh wait, you get to do
I've got
the death thing.
experience death.
Yes!
I'm
Thank
gonna
Christ
turn
I
to the
get to use
crowd
this.
and like block them from coming into the door and
Oh, yeah.
say in my loudest voice, the justice of Thrall has been dispensed upon Mariel.
Damn, these mercenaries are all just walking in and murdering people.
Fuck. That's an 8.
Against the
Experience
target's
death.
mystic.
Oh, it was against his
Defense,
mystic defense.
Yeah, it is.
So
He's kind of a putz.
Yeah, he's kind of a little bitch. I kind of almost feel like that would have. That was really aggressive language.
No, it's
I mean, that would have been my mystic defense. In
Oh, we're
comparison.
long past apologizing for our language on this show. I think.
Mystic defense. If it's a tie, who wins?
She wins because it's the target number to beat.
All right. Well, then I'll say you win.
Hell yes.
Finally, thank God.
Thank God.
Also,
Okay.
you know what I just realized?
Mhm.
It's a good thing that experience death failed the first time when you were observing Lorana's body because he's not dead.
Oh, you're right.
anyways,
Yeah, you're right.
But this time it does work. Maybe that's why it failed. Ha ha ha. I planned it all. Okay.
This
Definitely
wasn't
not
my fault.
improvising
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, I mean, you see him kind of like,
Or it's from my point of view.
It's from your
his
point of
view. Like
Oh, from his point of view.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking out of like a window on this like second floor of this nicer house, and you're looking down over the Acropolis, and you kind of say to yourself like, "Oh God, what have I done?" Kind of the same exact thing Triskin said earlier when he came out of his fog, and he looks over the Acropolis and sees like this like mob of people like forming. And he goes to like one of his drawers by his desk and pulls out a dagger, and then he like sits down on his bed and kind of like closes his eyes, or I guess you close your eyes, and then you're dead.
And then I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. Shall we end?
Yeah.
That's as good an ending as any.
All right. Sorry we're a little over, but hopefully you enjoyed this session. Please remember to follow us on Twitch. It would help us out a lot, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel, Myths Guided on YouTube. We upload all of our episodes, like I think the Sunday after we stream them, with some fun titles. It's cute. Please subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Join us again next Tuesday for another session. Thank you.
Wait, next Tuesday spring break.
Aren't we doing a session?
I don't
No,
think
we're not.
Are we?
We're not?
Well, I can't make it.
I think everyone else. Can everyone else make it?
We'll keep you updated on our social media. You should also follow our social media accounts where we tweet things and post things on Facebook and other places. So we'll tell you there whether or not we're having a session. Yay!
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, I suddenly remembered. I'm like,
Good session, y'all.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry.